Mm-hmm.
Yo, what up, boys? We back. Uh,
Back.
took a break off. We were both out of town. Family stuff over the holidays. We hope everybody had a good holiday, and with family, friends, whatever you did, and ready to attack 2025. We're ready to attack 2025. It's gonna be a big year for us. We got a lot in the tank. We gonna keep going. We growing. We appreciate all the support so far. Coming at the end of the year, I mean, we just been doing this for a couple months, so to see what
Yeah.
we've gotten in a couple months is crazy. So I can't wait to see what this year brings. I know you're excited for the year. I'm excited for the year.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, we're glad to be back right here on the couch, right here with the boys.
Yes, sir.
Um,
In the dough factory.
and and y'all bullied me because I saw a lot of the comments on one of the last videos that we posted, and people were like, "Get mics, get mics." So now we got mics. All right, we leveling up. All right, so I listen. You know what I'm saying? Y'all give us feedback. We listen. You know what I'm saying? We're receptive. You know what I'm saying? But I appreciate it. But now we should sound better. The quality should be up. We moving up. You know what I'm saying? But it feels good to be back, boys.
Yeah.
Feels good to be back. But we got a lot to talk about since we took a long break, and we're gonna roll right into football. Obviously, wild card weekend is about to come up. We got games Saturday, Sunday, and I think there's a Monday game, and I think there's college football like on Friday for the playoffs. Like this is a huge weekend. Hold on, I'm bringing it up.
Oh yeah, I forgot about college football too.
Hmm.
Yeah. We do have a banger packed weekend.
How do I do the screen mirroring thing again? Oh, here it goes. Sorry, boys. Technical difficulties. All right, so we got the playoffs coming up. Let's take a look at this bracket here.
Yeah, I feel like it shaped out weird this year, but I kind of like it too.
I love these matchups. Honestly, I
Yeah.
think these matchups are pretty good. Other than like, actually, nah, like all of them are pretty good. See, here's the thing about this year. I think this year the competition in the NFL, like you can tell the competition is getting way tighter. I think that there was a thing that came out. This is the most uh teams that had like 10 plus wins like ever in
Mm.
in like the history of the game. Like it's just like teams are getting better and it's like getting harder to get into the playoffs. Like you have like a solid squad and
Yeah.
like just not get in like the Bengals or whatever. And it's just like, like basically you have to get 10 plus, I think nowadays to get a chance to get in. Like if you're under 10, like you're probably not getting in unless you're just like sneaking onto the wild card, but
Yeah.
that's iffy. Like everyone's
Yeah, it's
getting
like
good.
being 50 wins in NBA. You kind
Yeah.
of have to be at least 50.
Yeah, like the days of getting in at like, you know, whatever like 500 are like over. Like you have, I think it's like a must to win the division. It's a must to you know have 10 plus wins. Like you have to do that nowadays to get in. It's
Mm-hmm.
tight. Both sides are just getting talent, and then more quarterbacks are coming out of the draft like flies now, ready to play.
Yeah.
It's like it's getting competitive,
We
which I
need
like.
O
Which I
line.
like that. I like that.
Yeah.
But I think we'll start off. The first game is the Texans, which the Texans every single year we get into the playoffs, we always get the fucking first game Saturday at fucking 3:30. They always give this. They like literally they came out and it was like every single Texans first playoff game has been fucking 3:30 on Saturday. Like they never give us
They
the
want
big
y'all to start it
window.
off.
That's fine, but it's like, come on, bro, give us a little bit of props here. You know what I mean? But Texans versus Chargers in Houston. Again, it's a good matchup. I don't know. It can go a lot of ways here.
Yeah.
It can go a lot of ways here. I think about this game, the Texans obviously are a little lackluster offensively. We have a lot of injuries on the offensive side of the ball. But the defense is really good. So the defense, if the defense can hold Justin Herbert to minimal points, hold the offense, be good on third down, get sacks, get turnovers, then I think the Texans can end up getting this one. But like the Chargers are the opposite. Like the Chargers have been clicking on offense, so they're like really high powered. McConkey's getting involved. QJ's been playing pretty
Bro.
good. You know what I'm saying? They got JK back. So they're clicking on offense. but their defense has injuries,
They have so many injuries
so
on
their
defense.
defense is like mid. So that's why it's like it's kind of the tale of two cities right now. Um, but I'm never gonna go against my team. Obviously, I have confidence that we can at least win this round. Now, past this round, I'm not so confident. Like, whatever. If we have to go against a Kansas City or Buffalo or whatever, like I don't know.
It would be Kansas City, I think.
I think it would be Kansas City, but I think like this, it goes based on like the seeding or whatever. Like Kansas City plays
Yeah,
whoever's the lowest seed that comes out. So
yeah.
like if the Broncos fuck around and win, then the Texans would play basically whoever came out of like the Ravens
Steelers,
game,
Ravens. Yeah.
right? So it just depends on who wins.
Mm,
But I'm still not really confident in us in the second round. But in this first round, I think this is like the best matchup we could have got for the
mm.
Texans right now. But I don't know. How do you see it?
Yeah, I kind of like I like the matchup, of course, but I don't know who is gonna pull it out. I feel like it's gonna be like a based on turnovers kind of deal.
Yeah.
Like whose defense can step up and make the big plays
Hmm.
because we know both offenses can get going. Even though Texans have a lot of injuries, I think they can still get it going for the most part. Just gotta finish games.
Right.
Gotta finish the game.
And that's my worry about this game. I
Yeah.
feel like we'll start good or we'll get to just like in the Kansas City game where it's like we started off pretty decent, like 10-7, whatever. It seemed like we were gonna kind of, and then then they have those drives. You know those classic Texans drives in the middle of the game where you kind of just like what happened the last three drives? Like, what did we even accomplish? Like, literally, we didn't even move the ball or do anything. Like,
Tell me about
you
it.
know, we get, we penalties or negative plays, runs blown off in the backfield. So it's like if we're doing that, then and we keep them lingering around, then they can come back and stomp us. But I think it's going to be a close game. Like it's
Hmm.
going to be close. Like I'm thinking this is like a 21-17 type of ball game. I don't think both teams just like light up super high scoring. I think it's going to, like you said, come down to the trenches. And given that, I believe that the Texans defensive line and our DBs can give us just enough of the edge to get past this one. We're really good
Their D
on
line is
defense.
nasty though.
Their D line is really good too,
Yeah.
which worries me in the
Yeah.
passing game
Yeah.
because our tackles are good. Tyrus and Laramie, even though Laramie gets a bunch of flags, which can't happen,
It
you
will.
know, it will, but it can't. Like, that's the stuff that gets you behind the sticks, and the Texans can't play behind the sticks. We have to be ahead. So getting a false start and all that stuff is not going to help. But the interior obviously is really bad. So if they're sending D tackle blitzes and sending weird stuff, then I feel like Stroud is going to be under duress. And also, we're down receivers. So it's like, yeah,
Mm.
Nico Collins is good. Dalton Schultz, Stover has been stepping up, but it's like, is Deontay Johnson gonna like DeAndre Johnson to me is gonna be like the X factor. Like if he comes out in this game and he's like beast, then it's
Yeah.
like okay, then I like it. But if he comes out and he's like not really doing shit, and then like Mechie's like mid, and then like
Hutch.
Hutchinson's not
Yeah.
really doing anything, then I'm like I don't know. But what could be the X factor in this whole entire game is Joe Mixon.
Yeah.
If Joe Mixon can get rolling, and then maybe like Damian Pierce is kind of hot right now too. Like he kind of had a little hot game. I know it was against the Titans and they're tanking and they're dog shit, but like still like he's the backup and he hasn't gotten like any burn.
Yeah.
So to like basically get in and like go off, they still have their starting defense out there. You know what I mean? So it's like maybe he gets some burn. He's been doing good on kickoff too. Like I don't know, maybe like that combination. If Joe Mixon can get running, and he's been saying some stuff in the media, like he's like, "Nah, I'm ready to like die out there."
Oh
Like,
Jesus.
you know what I mean? So
Hamlin.
I don't know. What I will say about this game before we move on is that I think that the media has definitely been like super disrespectful on the Texans lately. I get that the Texans haven't been amazing, but like they're still a playoff team. They're still a 10-win team. And it's not like they've been horrible. Like when you look at their games, we're close against Detroit, probably should have won that game. Close against the Packers, probably should have won that game. Like I'm not trying to be shoulda, coulda, woulda here, but it's like Chiefs game, a couple plays go here and there, a couple calls go here and there. Like we
Mm,
were in that game, you know what I mean? And then we shut down the Bills with Josh Allen. He was like 9 of 30 that game.
yeah.
So it's like, Tua. I'm not saying Tua's all world, but like, I'm saying, the Texans shut down Tua. Like Texans can shut down a quarterback. I think they have more problems with mobile quarterbacks like Lamar, who's just like
A freak.
whatever. Yeah, like he just takes off, and I think they have problems with that. But I think for like general quarterbacks, like the Herberts, like the Bo Nix, like Patrick Mahomes, like I don't think that they struggle with that like that.
Yeah, I think y'all will do good against Dobbins too.
Right.
I think Dobbins is gonna have a tough time against Texans.
We've been good against the run all year.
Yeah,
The only
and
time we weren't was like that. What, the one
against
game against Henry?
yeah, exactly. That's what I was about to say. Is like the big running backs, y'all can't like. It's all prided on being able to hit hard and wrap up, but it's
Right.
hard to hit hard and wrap up against a freaking beast.
Right. I think we're more
Yeah.
of like, we want them to get blown up on like first down, second down, and get them
Mm-hmm.
into passing situations, get them playing from behind so that our secondary can fly around and that like our players can fly around. I think Aziz being back is big.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I think that, like, I've seen Stingley go against CeeDee Lamb. I've seen Stingley go against top receivers
Yeah.
and literally put them in a box. Tyreek Hill was in a kennel all game.
Yeah, he
Like,
was.
so it's like, yes, Lab McConkey's good. Like, yes, QJ is good, but like
They're not that.
our DBs are like
Yeah.
stopping people. Like Lassiter too.
And they're good matchups for each other too, because Stingley is perfect against McConkey, and
Right.
Lassiter is perfect against
QJ,
QJ.
because he's aggressive. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? So I
And
think that
QJ's not gonna be able to hold on to the ball with
I
Lassiter on him.
I was telling Quan, I was like, I feel like what it's gonna come down to is like it's gonna be a close game, and they're gonna like throw it to QJ, and he's gonna have a chance, like he's gonna be like naked, chance to like win the game, like ice it or some shit, and that dude's gonna butterball it. I swear to God, bro, it's gonna be something like that where it's like it's 21-17, whatever, 21-14. Chargers kind of getting a little bit of momentum. Texans been looking mid for like a quarter and a half. Who knows what's going on? You know what I mean? And then next thing you know, QJ, it's like QJ, he's wide open, and then he dropped it. I can just see it now. I can see QJ's just masterclass drop, just like right in front of my. I don't know. I feel it. I feel it. But yeah, the media has been disrespecting us a lot. Like I think Rex Ryan went
Don't
on the
listen to anything he has to
yeah, like who,
say.
like dude, this dude didn't win any games, first of all. But then he was like, yeah, the Chargers basically have a bye week next week because they play the Texans. That's what he said. Like considering us a bye week is crazy. We're
That's so
not
crazy.
that fucking bad. We have issues, but damn, like
Yeah.
bye week is fucking crazy. We're not the fucking Jaguars or fucking Jets or something. It's like, bro, we're a
Yeah.
legit team. We fucking got 10 wins. Shut up, bro. It's not a bye week.
One
It's
of
gonna
the
be
best defenses. Yeah.
yeah. So it's like it's not going to be a walk in the park for either team. Both teams are going to have to lock up.
Yeah.
But I'm taking the Texans. Like I said, I think it's going to be like 21-17, 24-20 type of game. But I'm taking Texans in that matchup.
Yeah, I honestly like Texans more too, because defense wins championships.
Yeah, I just think that,
Defense always.
and I think the Texans play better at home.
Yeah.
So I think them being at home in their own conditions, I think they're going to be locked in. I know they don't want to be just in and out and just lose here at home. So I think that they're going to play hard, and I think that they're going to get just enough to make it to the next round. And I think the next game, I don't know what the next game is, but the next one we can talk about is the Broncos Bills.
Yeah. I think that's a good game. And low key, Josh Allen might get locked up.
You think so?
I don't think he's very good against good defenses, and that's the
Mm-mm.
best defense in the league.
They are. The Broncos have been playing really good defensively.
And they don't have good receivers. So, like,
No.
Pat Sertan, he's just going to be sitting there meditating until
Right.
he gets a pick six.
Yeah, and their linebackers are like really good.
Yeah.
And they fly around.
And they don't hand the ball off to James Cook, so there's no
Mm-mm.
way they're setting up the run.
Yeah, so yeah, can Josh Allen go hero ball here? I think here's the thing. It's not about if the Bills are like that or whatever. It's more about like if the Broncos come in here ready to play, because they
Yeah.
are going to be away, so they have to go to Buffalo. It's going to be like cold as shit, even though Denver plays outside. But
Yeah.
it's like they're going to be cold.
It's going to be snowing
It's going to be
crazy.
cold as shit. You know what I'm saying? It's going to be up there. So it's like, are the Broncos going to pull up prepared, or are they going to pull up sleepy? You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because Bo Nix, he has those games where he's just kind of on a heater for whatever reason, and he's just like hitting targets and like
Yeah.
going crazy, running the ball and shit. or are they gonna come out and they're gonna like just like piss down their leg and be like, oh, it's the playoffs, it's Josh Allen, like I'm scared, you know what I mean? I think the defense will be fine, but it's all about like the offense just
Being able to score.
the offense not playing like scared or not playing not to lose
Yeah.
and like playing to win. That's
Right.
going to be the difference. Like if the Broncos come out and they're like, "Oh, we don't want to be like too aggressive cuz like what if they get the ball?" Fuck that. Like just go
Yeah,
out
they need to
there.
come out like Texans against Browns last year.
Yeah, and just like first play is like a deep shot to Cortland Sutton, who cares? Fuck it. Or like
Vele.
Mims, Vele, somebody. You know what I mean? Like, come out,
Yeah.
fire him. But I think that that could be like a sneaky good game. Sneaky upset alert. Sneaky upset alert.
Low
You know what I
key.
mean?
Low
And
key.
that'd be fun to see. But not really much to say about that game. You know, it's just like it just depends on if the Broncos pull up right. Um,
Yeah.
and then Steelers Ravens. Ravens are probably gonna walk them. Steelers have been looking bad lately,
It's
bro.
because they haven't put Fields in.
Maybe, but I think
Well, the deal's over now, so they can go ahead and put Fields back in. So now that they're gonna have their only have to give away a sixth or whatever it
it's going
is.
to be interesting to see what they do in the offseason because it's like, okay, you know, you have
Yeah. Do you
Russ,
resign?
do you resign for like another like year or two or whatever? But it's like for me, it's like if he would have kept playing how he did when he first got in, where he was kind of lighting it up, then yeah. But I mean, like he's been kind of mid lately. So
Yeah.
do you,
Pickens has been mid too, though.
Pickens has been bad. The only real highlight of this offense is fucking Fryer move, in my opinion, and like Jalen Warren, you know what I'm saying, here and
Moo.
there. But like Move gets open and makes good catches and like moves the chains.
Yeah.
But I don't know what's going on between like Russ and Pickens. I don't know if it's like a Russ and Pickens thing or if it's just like a Pickens
Or just
versus
Russ being ass.
everybody or whatever. But it's just like I mean Russ does look bad, so I'm not gonna
Yeah.
like fault like dismiss him on that. But I think Pickens has just looked mid too.
Yeah. Like no
Like
low effort.
low effort, like
Yeah.
just doesn't run, doesn't like do anything. So you're
Just
just
wants to
like,
cook parlays.
right. I mean, like one catch, 20 yards is just like dirty. Like you know what I mean? This is like, are you even trying? You know what I mean? I don't know. So I think the Steelers just have a lot of issues. I think they're like 1-6, like
Yeah, they
on
they
down the
ended on a
stretch.
5 game losing streak.
Yeah, like they're not in the winning mindset, and I think the Ravens are just on a heater. It's a division game though.
Or did they win the last game of the season?
No,
Yeah, I didn't think so.
yeah, they
Yeah, they
lost
finished
because
on
it was
5.
the Bengals.
Right.
They
That's
lost.
right.
I mean, they made it close. I mean, the Steelers play hard
I'd
on
rather see the
defense.
Bengals in there, bro. God,
I know, yeah. The Bengals would have been way better, but I think, well, even still,
it would have been Bengals or Broncos.
which I would rather have the Bengals in there
Yeah.
because at least the Bengals, like, they're gonna,
I want a Josh Allen versus Joe Burrow shootout.
yeah, like that would have been crazy. Because the Bengals could have made a run, bro. They're playing hot. It's just
Yeah.
their defense is ass, but like,
They're so bad.
but
Their
offense,
secondary is so ass, bro.
but offensively they laser though. They laser like they're one of the most fun offenses to watch, in my
Yeah.
opinion. That's like my style of offense. Like, fuck running the ball. I don't give a fuck. We just gonna pass, pass,
Let's go
pass.
empty set.
Yeah. And it's
empty,
like
empty, empty.
basically for them running the ball is like a check down to the running back or like a swing pass, which
Yeah.
like that works. You know what I'm saying? It's like the same
Yeah.
shit,
Or
basically.
dry grow. Yeah.
Right. And like Jamar Chase is just the best. Like he gets open every play. T
He
Higgins
really
is
does.
open.
It's so
He's
crazy.
uncoverable. I think Jamar's the best, bro. I honestly think Jamar's the best.
Yeah.
You know?
He's just got an extra step that like a Jefferson doesn't really have.
Like and
Like not that Jefferson's not the same skill level. They're both like right there.
right.
I think that he just has like that one step ahead of him.
Yeah, that's what I was saying.
Yeah.
Because like I was having this debate with like one of my friends, like because you know we kind of go back and forth like, oh, like who's better, like Jefferson or whatever, and I remember because he got on me last year because I was saying like Tyreek Hill was better than Justin Jefferson, which like in all honesty is like
Yeah, low
Tyreek
key.
Hill is like it's not about like as maybe like a pure receiver like probably Jefferson's
Because
obviously
he can go
better
up and
because
get
he can
it.
like go
Yeah.
up and get it, and he's probably better at route running, you know, better hands, especially as of late. Tyreek Hill's been dropping shit,
Yeah.
but it's like when you just look at like the player Tyreek Hill is when
Yeah.
he's in the right offense, the right like this dude is really unstoppable, bro. Like and he shows it, and I think that this year the Dolphins were just mid, so it didn't really show off, and then Tua missed a lot of time, whatever. But it's like you put Tyreek Hill on the Texans, you put Tyreek Hill on the Chargers, you put Tyreek Hill on like any of these other teams with like these top quarterbacks, bro, Tyreek Hill is like literally a god.
Oh, Tyreek Hill low key might go to the Bills. Fuck that.
I don't think he goes to the Bills. I don't think he goes to the Bills.
Nah, he can't play in cold weather.
Nah, I don't think he goes to the Bills. I think if he went somewhere, he'd go to like LA or like something like that, or
Nah,
like
why would he?
or like
They have Puka and Cooper.
yeah, but Cubs been mid down the stretch lately, and I think they're kind of done with Cooper
Do you
because he's
think
kind of older. He's had like a bunch of injuries. Like he don't look as good.
Do
Like
you
Puka
think
looks
Godwin
good.
will leave?
God, no, I think they'll keep him because Tampa Bay likes keeping their guys, especially like at receiver.
Yeah.
Like Mike Evans had a chance to leave, and he was like talking about it, but they were able to like retain Mike Evans. I think Godwin coming off the injury, like this is a bad time for him to be like a free agent
Low
because
key
like he was
reeked
doing
of
good, but it's like you're coming off of like
yeah.
that leg injury. Like people
Yeah.
aren't going to be jumping to like I need Godwin.
Yeah.
They're going to be
It's gonna
like
be like Mike Evans last year.
right. Which like Mike Evans was healthy,
Yeah.
and it's like Godwin's not,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
it's just like do we really he might as well just re-sign whatever money they give him.
Low key reek to Washington would be crazy.
Reek to Washington. I'm gonna say
Terry X Reek.
I'm gonna say my like if he went to the Texans, it's over.
Yeah, well, yeah, obviously.
Like I
Y'all,
think
I
giving
think
giving
y'all give
Stroud
up
that kind
Diggs.
of threat.
Give up Diggs.
What?
Because then you'd have
In a
Reek and
heartbeat.
Nico. Yeah.
In a heartbeat. But I think like I've been saying this lately about receivers for the Texans because I honestly think that they're gonna try to make a trade for another receiver that's
Yeah.
like younger and like ready to go because especially now with Tank. If Tank wasn't hurt, then I think that they wouldn't be like in a rush to really like make a trade unless it just worked out and they were able to get something for Diggs. But Tank Dell's not going to be ready to start the season. Like I don't think Tank Dell's going to play until like week 8 next year. Like you know what I
Yeah.
mean? Because he had a crazy injury. That was
Yeah.
a crazy injury, and he's going to take a long time to recover. And he injured it like what 2 weeks ago. You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? So it's like he's not going to be ready for training camp. He's not going to be ready to start. I could see him starting the season on IR, missing like the first 4 games.
Yeah. Well, I mean, y'all will probably draft somebody.
But I don't think the Texans want to do that because we have a lot of guys that we've drafted that are like
Yeah.
prospects or whatever. I'm not saying that like Mechie was a top guy, but he obviously had some unfortunate stuff. But it's like,
Yeah, you want to try
but
and
it's
go
like
out there and make
I
a
think that
splash.
like the Texans are in a situation where it's like they kind of don't want to like draft or unless you like hit on like the Travis or whatever, like the big. But it's like other than that, like I feel like for me in the position that the Texans are in, I'd rather get somebody that is like proven, ready to go, as long as he's not gonna like kill the bankroll. But like, I
Get that
mean,
dude from San Jose State.
yeah,
The
fucking
the
Triple Crown guy,
yeah.
yeah,
He's gonna drop.
he is gonna drop. And that's somebody you can get late, but it's like I think for me, I want the Texans to go out and get somebody like we have to compete with these guys,
Yeah.
man. Like we have to compete with Kansas City, Buffalo, like all these dudes. And it's like I don't want to have another like rookie receiver out there unless he's like a Thomas Jr. Neighbors type of guy. Like
Yeah.
if you can, and I feel like there's going to be a lot of receivers moving in the offseason. A lot of receivers. I think T Higgins is going somewhere else. I think even though they said Tyreek Hill, they squashed it or whatever like that. Bro, the way he was talking, they did not squash it,
No, they're
bro.
not squashing shit.
Like he's definitely gone. I think Garrett Wilson's out of there because I don't know what the Jets are gonna do. But
Yeah.
it's like what even if they keep, I don't think Wilson wants to go somewhere.
Yeah, he wants
So
to
it's
leave.
like Wilson's on the move. Like I
Keenan
just
Allen
think,
might be on the move, low key.
yeah, I think there's gonna be a lot of receivers that
I'll
are
take
on the
it.
move. So I think the Texans take a swing and get somebody, especially a Garrett Wilson, link him back up with Stroud.
Yeah.
If Tyreek Hill's available, I don't see why any team wouldn't throw money at Tyreek Hill or throw a pick. Like make a call. At least make a call, bro. I would give up, Diggs and Hutchinson for and like a second or something like that and a third or whatever, or not like all that, but like what I'm saying. Like I'd give some combination of that to like get a player like that you're like this dude can help us win right now. Yeah, he's not gonna be here in 5 years, but it's like he'll give us like 2 years of like what could be great. I think the Texans can make a move for that, but I don't know. Sorry, I'm adjust the light.
You good? So you like Packers or Eagles? Throwback to the first game.
The Eagles. I like the Eagles right now.
Well, yeah,
Um,
Jordan Love is fucking buns.
yeah,
The Bears.
Jordan
The
Love's been
Bears.
playing mid.
Hey, the Bears.
Jordan Love's been playing mid. Jaden Reed's been playing mid. The only really good thing about this offense is Josh Jacobs, and then Christian Watson just tore his
Yeah.
ACL. He
And,
might be done.
and the Packers lost the Super Bowl of the North.
Right.
So
Yeah, I think I
their
don't know.
momentum's just killed, and
Right.
the Eagles will just roll over.
Like I think they're the same thing as like the Texans, but no one's talking about them like the Texans. Like
Well,
everyone,
Texans are definitely better than the
right? But
Packers.
like no one's talking about it like that.
Yeah,
Everyone's just like, oh, the Texans are struggling, like bye week dog shit.
yeah,
But then it's like Green Bay struggling over there too. Jordan Love hasn't been like lighting the world up.
yeah.
They've been losing games, like
They were
whatever.
1-5 in our division.
Exactly. So it's like they're not lighting it up. I just don't see how they beat the Eagles team that's literally buzzing. They have Saquon. Everybody's healthy
AJ
over
Brown's
there.
been disgusting.
AJ Brown's been nasty. Smithy, like they just have too much, bro. It's
Yeah,
too much.
Goddard.
Not for them. Yeah, Goddard.
Cooper DeJean's been fucking flying around.
Yeah, it's just like, dude, I don't see the Packers being able to really keep up with this team.
Nah.
Maybe it's close at in the beginning, but I think towards the second half,
Like how the
Eagles just light it
first game
up.
of the season went.
Yeah, I think the
Yeah,
Eagles just light it up. I think, they'll go past that easily. Um, Buccaneers, Washington. That's actually a good game.
yeah, that's a banger game.
That's a good game.
That might actually be the best game in the first round. Low
It
key.
actually might be. Like I think the potential of this could be like a high. Like I
It
think
could
this is gonna be
also
high
be
scoring.
the shittiest fucking performance from both teams.
I don't think so. I think both teams are like the same way, where they kind of like both put up points. They're both scrappy. Like I don't know. And
But
then
they
like
also both have like just the head scratchers.
they do, but I think that like both Baker Mayfield and Jane Daniels like aren't just going out sad.
Nah,
So that's the thing. It's like this is gonna be the battle of like it's gonna come down to it. I don't think.
Terry versus Mike.
Yeah, I don't
My
think.
two favorite receivers versus each other.
And then Lattimore too. Lattimore's
Yeah,
on the Commanders, so him and Mike Evans might get in a fight like first quarter, and
yeah.
just like that might be a done deal. Um, I don't know. I like this matchup, man. I like this matchup. Who do you got? I want to know who you got because I know who I got. I know who I got.
I look, he got Bucks. I think Baker's just too much of a dog.
I I'm going the same way. I'm taking the Buccaneers, but
I do like their defense a little bit more than Commanders. Commanders are new
right,
to being like
it's the experience
having
thing.
any wins.
It's the experience thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's gonna be a close game, but I just think the Bucks just have a little bit more. I think Bucky Irving's been on a crazy run. They still have Rashad White that makes
Yeah.
plays all the time, and then
And their other receivers have been filling in for Godwin
yeah,
really well.
McMillan.
Yeah.
McMillan's been going crazy.
Shepard's been decent when he gets the ball.
Shepard makes some plays.
Yeah.
Mike Evans, and like I said, I think
Otten too.
I think Auden's hurt.
Oh yeah, he is.
Yeah.
He is.
So, but I think there's been some other tight end that like gets a couple plays, but they do a lot of running back stuff with like White
And Bucky.
and Bucky and all that kind of stuff, and Bucky's super explosive. Like I just think that. I think that with the experience on Tampa side and Baker being to the playoffs a few times, he's been here, done that, and it's in Tampa Bay.
Yeah.
I like Tampa right here.
Yeah.
But I think Washington makes it a good game. Like that's definitely the one to like tune into. It's gonna go down to I think the wire. Jaden Daniels doesn't quit, bro. You know it. Like it doesn't matter what the score is. Like
neither does Baker though.
Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. Like both dudes with no quit. So it's like even if
it might be like 3-4 tutties in the fourth quarter.
Right. Even if like that. Yeah, that's exactly how I was gonna go. It's gonna be dog shit in the beginning. Like I feel like in the first half it might be like 14-10 or something like that, and you're like, yo, what's going on? It's kind of a sleeper. Second half, both teams are gonna be playing to win, like like, and they're just gonna be like boom, 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 pass heavy, like
Yeah.
And
let's rip it.
Yeah, and both quarterbacks throw picks sometimes. Like Jane Daniels probably throw like a nasty one. Baker will probably throw one. You know what I mean?
Both are gonna get crunched.
Right. It's
trying
like,
to do too much.
So like there could be a lot going on, but I'm taking Buccaneers. But good game though.
Yeah.
Rams Vikings. I don't really know how I feel about this game.
I don't know. I
Like
think I
the
like the Vikings, but I also feel like they're so fraudulent, but not at the same time.
Yeah, it's like they're. I think the last like the Vikings have left a bad taste in everybody's mouth. Obviously,
Yeah,
from that last game, they looked like dog shit. Couldn't like complete a pass, couldn't do anything. But
yeah.
like other than last week, like obviously they looked really good. So it's like I'm not gonna put 1 week on them, and they probably played the best team in this whole fucking playoff. So it's like,
They didn't play the Ravens.
so I don't know. I think the Vikings should be able to control this one. I think the Rams are just a little bit underpowered. Like something about the Rams just like isn't sexy
Yeah.
right now. Not to say like
I feel
Matthew
like
Stafford
Stafford
can't
hasn't
do
been
something,
like
but
he hasn't been lasered in like he normally is.
yeah, and Cup's been so mid, bro. Cup's been
Yeah.
mid. Like,
He's
dude,
not
he
getting open.
he gets like 2 catches now, bro.
Yeah.
This dude was getting like 15, but it's just because it's like running through Puka. Puka's just the better option now. And then Kyron and
Kyron's been kind of getting locked up.
yeah, like Kyron hasn't been like on fire. Like they just haven't been on fire. Like I
Well,
just
they've
feel
been
like they
using
kind of been
Quorum a lot more recently too, which I don't understand because like obviously Quorum is good, but you have Kyron Williams who's been a dog all year and all of last year.
right.
Why would you not just let him be your bell cow?
Well, now they're gonna have to because
Yeah,
Quorum's on IR,
yeah,
so they're gonna have to use Kyron a lot, and they're gonna have to
mm,
use Puka, and Cooper Cup's gonna have to make some plays if they're gonna want to move on. Because other than that, like I really don't see where they're better than the Vikings. Like
yeah,
Vikings defense is still good. They still have Justin Jefferson. They still have Jordan Addison who's been playing out of his world. They still have Hawkinson. Like Aaron Jones has been running good. Like
yeah.
it's still a great team. So like we
And they're
could
coached really, really, really well.
exactly. So we could actually end up seeing Vikings Vikings Lions again in
Yeah.
the next round, which I would
Well, they're
love
not the
that.
lowest seed though.
I think they are.
No,
Yeah, because they're the wild card.
but who's the other wild card?
Green Bay.
Packers. Packers would be. They're lower than the Vikings.
Yeah, but the Packers aren't going to win.
Oh yeah, true.
So it's
What
like
about the Bucks and the? They both won the division, huh? Or
no.
no?
Well, did the Commanders? No, because the Eagles won. The
Eagles,
Eagles won the division.
Lions,
Commanders. Commanders are wild card.
Rams they won theirs,
Rams won theirs,
and Bucks won theirs.
and Bucks won theirs.
So so Commanders are not. They're not ahead of the Vikings though. They have one less win.
Right, that's true.
So then it would be Washington and Detroit, and then Philly
Right,
and
if it shaked
Minnesota.
out that way.
Yeah,
But if the Bucks win, then it probably end up Philly Bucks, and then Lions Vikings rematch again,
yeah.
which I like
Either
that.
way,
Either way,
either way, that's fire. I like Vikings Eagles a lot,
yeah.
and Washington Lions would be
I think the
decent. I think.
Vikings are hoping for the Eagles.
Yeah.
They scared for next week. Um, but flipping the page, we're going to college. So college football.
Mm-hmm.
That's also this weekend, January 9th and the 10th. So what is that, like Thursday, Friday?
Yeah.
Something like that. So the first game is Penn State, Notre Dame. Um, Mid. I mean, like this. I mean, like who's watching this one? Like, I mean, like it's a good game, but like I don't know, dude. The last round wasn't really a good depiction of like any of these teams. I don't think
Right.
because like Ohio State just boat raced Oregon. Texas Arizona State was close, but like I think Texas kind of just had a little bit more power there. But I mean, Arizona State could have pulled it off, bro. They could have pulled it off.
Yeah.
That was a really good game. But I mean, like Penn State played Boise the first round. It's just like, you know what I mean?
I'm just not noticing. Why did they put Arizona State in Georgia and Georgia in New Orleans? They could have just put Georgia in Georgia and then had Arizona in Glendale, Arizona, since they were a bye week. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. I think it was like a seeding thing.
but they gave Texas two Texas games, and they didn't even get a bye week. That's
That
rigged. That's
that
actually
that is,
rigged.
that is weird. But I mean, the first rounds were played at home field.
I know, but like
So Texas was the higher seed, so they got the first
But
round
like
in Texas.
Oregon is basically in California. They played Ohio State in California.
Right.
Boise, I guess, is pretty close to Arizona, but
I guess, but I
it's
mean
a
that's
lot
still like
closer than
away.
Pennsylvania.
Right. And I mean like Georgia's obviously closer than like Notre Dame is, but
Yeah,
like
it's very close.
I mean I think it's just how it like shaked out. I think it just shaked out like that.
They just set it up funny.
Yeah. But I mean
Hell,
Texas
commissioners.
does get another Texas game in Arlington or
Yeah,
whatever. And but I don't
I
know.
like Notre Dame in that game though. In the Penn State Notre Dame.
I don't know. Penn
I
State
don't
looked pretty
know.
good. They
I
kind of
know.
surprised me. So I'm not gonna bet against them again. I'm gonna go Penn State on this one.
But they
But
played against two teams that nobody was like entirely certain about.
right,
Like SMU snuck in. I liked SMU to win that, to be honest with you, but they
right,
snuck in. Boise, like everybody was saying they were fraud. I mean, I still feel like they should have won that game too, but at the same
right.
time, they didn't. They didn't. They
So
just stunk it up.
right,
So another team that fraudulent, but
right. And then Georgia
yeah.
wet the bed. So it's like
Well, yeah. What'd you expect?
that's what I'm saying. So it's like we really didn't get like a good look at any of these teams other than Texas because Texas was like a close game. So you really got to see them,
Yeah.
thug it out, have to make some plays down the stretch, overtime. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like all these other teams kind of just basically put the game away in the first half. But I'll take Penn State. But that game could really go either way. I think it's pretty even. Um,
Yeah.
Texas Ohio State. I think everybody's gonna be tuning into that one. I think that's like the game to watch
Yeah.
for sure.
I think the Penn State Notre Dame will have more fans for those two teams because they travel well. I think it'll
Right.
be like a more electric game, to
I
be
think it'll
honest
be
with
a
you.
more like defensive game.
Yeah.
Like it'll be more like old school. Like you know what I
I
mean?
just think it'll be like it's gonna be more hype on like when you're actually watching it. Like the fans are
Right.
gonna be into it, and there's gonna be the energy. I think the Texas Ohio State game is gonna be like everybody's geared up and ready to go for it, and then it's kind of a stinker.
Right.
Like I feel like that could actually be a stinker because Ohio State's offense is kind of lackluster, and so is Texas's. To be honest with
I
you,
mean,
like
but they looked on fire though.
I know, but
They looked on
like
fire. Ohio State looked really good.
I know,
I think Texas's defense like
they're
kind of
really
shocked me because
yeah
they were bad.
yeah but they are really good, which is weird. But
Exactly.
Oregon too, their defense is always really good, and they didn't look good at
Yeah.
all.
So I don't know. I think Ohio State kind of proved something to me a little bit. I don't know what they exactly proved, but it just looked like they were firing on all cylinders on offense.
Yeah,
With Judkins, the other running back was good. The fucking wide receiver
yeah.
number 4 or whatever was like just
Open
going
on every play.
open on every play, which I think is kudos to him because he was getting
Yeah,
open and stuff. But it was also like the safeties on Oregon were just on
lost.
lost. Like they
Yeah,
just had like no idea how to beat a fucking deep post or something like that. It was just he. I don't know. So I think Texas will do a little bit better defensively. So I don't think Ohio State's just going to be able to just obviously put up 40 and a half or whatever. But
if they play Ewers the whole game, Ohio State wins.
I'm taking Ohio State here.
Yeah,
I'm taking Ohio State from
I think Texas is too like strung up on playing Ewers, and they shouldn't be playing Ewers. Ohio State's gonna
I
win.
think
They have
their
to.
hand is forced.
Yeah, they have
Like
to.
yeah, they would love
Yeah,
to just go to Archie Manning, but yours has been there and
yeah,
all this kind of stuff. So it's like they really can't.
yeah. It was like
So it's
Kirk
like
Cousins and Michael Penix. Like they
right
probably wanted to go to Penix earlier, but
earlier, but
yeah,
it's like you're kind of just holding out, and then it's like either way at the end of the season, you're not gonna have viewers next year. You're gonna
yeah,
go back. So Manning's gonna play next year. So you're like, whatever. Let's just ride it out. Like whatever happens, happens.
yeah.
But Ewers does turn the ball over. He has questionable drives where you're just like, what was that?
Yeah.
Throws nasty picks. Like,
And I think Ohio State offered Ewers $5 million to go to Ohio State too. Like I'm
yeah,
pretty sure they already offered it to him for the transfer,
hmm
and maybe
maybe he does like a little sell job.
maybe he does a little sell job.
Maybe.
Because
So
why would you destroy the team that you're going to's
right.
hopes?
I mean, you still want to you still want to put what you still want to play
Yeah,
well.
yeah, you
You
do
want to
want to
play
play
well.
well. You do want to play
But
well.
maybe he throws one in the dirt here, maybe he throws one over the head here. I don't know, but uh, I'm way more confident in Ohio State.
Yeah.
than I am in Texas. I just think that
Ohio State's
based on what
defense
I
is good
saw, because
too.
I was planning on seeing a close game with the Ohio State Oregon, but I was thinking like Dylan Gabriel and all those guys were going to come out and put it on them.
Not
I thought
enough
they were going to win
weapons. Not
because they
enough.
looked like more like themselves in the second half. Like in the first half, they just looked like they were just not ready to go.
Yeah,
Second half, they woke up, but they were just down in a hole way too much. You're down 30, and now you're trying to come back. It's like it's
yeah,
over. But I think that you know Ohio State just looked like they were just clicking way more
yeah.
because I was expecting Texas to go into Arizona State and not really belt them, but like for it to be
Like
pretty
33-10.
convincing, yeah,
Yeah,
or like 45-20, where you're like, okay, they want, but it's like it came down to the wire, so
yeah.
you're going down to the wire to Arizona State. I just think that Ohio State just has your number here and just kind of puts you to bed. Like good season, but I don't see Texas
Running
moving
back
on.
with Arch.
Um, let's go back to the notes here.
Who do you like to win the playoff in general?
In general, from who's left, probably Ohio State.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. I just don't really have no ties to like Penn State or
Ohio State versus Notre Dame would be a movie though. They hate each other,
yeah,
bro.
yeah. That'd be a good matchup.
The old schools.
I'm just hoping for more than anything because I honestly at this point I don't really care who wins. I'm not really like a big fan of like any of these guys, but like I just want to see a good championship matchup.
Yeah.
So it's like I want the championship to be a movie, high scoring game, like blah blah. But what I will say is I do think that the 12 team playoff is a W.
Yeah.
Even though yes, the first round was a dud and like, all the teams got blown out like Indiana stuff like that, like it was but it's like I still think the potential of this 12 team playoff is still there
Yeah.
despite that. Like yeah, like this year this is how it shakes up, but like next year whoever the dark horse is could actually be like ready to go. Like, what
Yeah.
I'm saying? Whoever sneaks in could be, could go on the run or whatever like that. Just like in the NFL where it's like sometimes you're like, man, this one team not going, and then next you're like,
Like the
wait,
Bengals. Like,
whoa,
whoa,
like
whoa,
what I
whoa,
mean?
whoa, hold
Yeah.
on.
Or even like the Bucks last year, where it's like people were like, "Oh, the Bucks, they have Baker Mayfield, like they're probably gonna be out in the
Or
first
the
round."
Lions.
Right, and then the fucking Bucks went on a run
Yeah.
and had Detroit on the ropes and then lost. Like
Yeah.
they could have went to the fucking NFC like what I'm saying, the
Yeah.
championship game against 49ers last year, and like no one was expecting them to go that far. So it's like that could be the same thing with the college football playoff. I think it's still a W, and I still like the format, and it gives you more football, more competitive football, where now you're seeing these
Yeah.
top teams play each other, these top players. So I'm excited to see what it is next year. I'm just hoping for a good championship this year, to be honest.
Yeah.
But I think
Ohio State
my
probably.
favorite's
Yeah.
Ohio State for sure
Yeah.
at this point in time to win it. Um, a lot of head coaching firings, man.
Yeah.
But that's usually how it is when the season ends. Teams that don't make the playoffs usually start. You
Every
know,
team that is in the like top 10 picks fires their head coaches.
right. So it's like, and even the teams that are in the top 10 picks, like
Yeah.
sometimes, like the Titans fired their GM. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? It's like this is just usually when
I mean, that's a good call, man.
right. This is just usually when teams, clean up the house a little bit, kind of
Yeah.
get rid of some stuff that they're probably already going to do.
Somebody got fired today, right? Wasn't it the Raiders coach?
Yeah, Pierce,
Yeah.
which
I mean, what was he gonna do?
I don't know.
They had like one of the worst rosters
Yeah,
I've
and
ever
it's like
seen. Zamir White is RB1
he's
and Aiden
garbage.
O'Connell is
And
QB1.
yeah, Zamir
Who's
White,
wide receiver one? Jacoby Myers,
Myers, yeah,
bro.
really Bowers,
Bowers, yeah.
but
Bowers is the only like bright spot on that offense.
right. And then it's like you have Crosby, but it's like he can't do everything
Yeah,
himself as a D lineman.
yeah,
It's not like he can like get interceptions and shit. Like their DBs were garbage.
yeah,
Um, like I mean their linebackers are trash. It's like
yeah.
pretty
I mean, he wasn't really a good coach either, though, to be
yeah, I mean like
honest.
he's not a great coach, but I just think for the Raiders it's like I think you're just kind of I think you're overstepping a little bit
Yeah,
right now. Like
there's no reason until you get your squad.
right. Like you don't have a squad yet. So it's
Yeah,
like even if you get somebody next year, like what are they gonna have to work with? I mean, it depends on who you draft and stuff and how it shakes out. Like, yeah, you could end up having Sanders or Ward or
yeah.
something like that, and then it's like maybe it looks a little bit different. But
But like,
I
who
think
wants
even
to
think
coach there? You know what I mean?
yeah, and I think even still, like, like just like the Patriots with Drake May, it's like, yeah, like you hit on Drake May, he's a good player, but it's like even if you hit on that guy, like in the NFL, it takes way more than just a Q, like
Yeah, now you
to
need
be
the
able to
O line. Now
pop.
you need the
Right.
receivers.
So
Not
it's like,
yeah,
yeah, if you get Cam Ward or something, but the O line's still shitty and the receivers are still mid other than Bowers, it's like what motion are we gonna get if you're not really
yeah,
doing anything, you know? Which takes me to the next point, the Mayo.
yeah. Well,
The Mayo firing is the most bullshit
that
out of
shit
all of
pisses
them.
me
I
off.
think that the other ones were pretty justified, like
Yeah,
Doug Peterson for the Jaguars. I mean, he hasn't done anything.
yeah,
So I think Doug Peterson's a good coach. And I think low key, like I think LeSean McCoy said it, where it was like, I think he kind of fell victim to Trevor Lawrence not playing up to the level that he's supposed to be playing
yeah,
at, which I agree. But I also think that there was probably some situations where he could have been a little bit better at like coaching, just like managing. But like I just think overall Trevor Lawrence hasn't been good
yeah.
enough to like really validate anything yet. Like I mean, the Jaguars were like what? What were they last year? They were like I don't know, like 9 and something,
Yeah.
about to go to the playoffs, and then they like didn't make it. They
They lost
were
like 3 or 4 straight, huh?
right. They like went on a stinker to end it.
Yeah.
Trevor Lawrence was mid. Ridley was mid. Like everybody was mid, and then they end up losing the division. And like Texans get the division. It's like I guess on the coach was like the players aren't fucking balling. Like you know what I
Yeah.
mean? And it's like they have good talent, but it's not like the players aren't doing anything.
His schemes are not good though. Like, how do you
Yeah,
not get ETN to cook?
yeah,
ETN's not a bad player. He's getting 20 yards a
right.
game.
And it's like Brian Thomas Jr. is playing good.
Yeah.
Like some of these guys are playing good. Yeah, I just think I can see I can agree with it in a way, but I don't think Trevor Lawrence helped him out a lot.
No.
But I can agree with that one. But
Yeah.
the Mayo firing is bull because it's
He
like
won so many games like that. They definitely should have won. They literally stomped the Bears,
right.
like
It's
in
like
Chicago,
right with
so,
nothing.
with nothing.
They have
They
nothing.
have defense and Drake May, and that's it. And
Right,
they didn't even play Drake May the first 6 weeks.
right. So it's
And
like
if they would have played him, they low key could have been like closer to being in the playoffs. I'm not
right.
saying that they would have, but they probably could have had like 7, 8 wins if they were like legitimately trying.
I think they probably would have hovered around 6. That's what I have my
Yeah,
prediction at if they were going to start May in the beginning. But
yeah.
I mean, they lost some games, but it's like I mean, like so what? Like I mean,
They
like
had a lot of close games too, like
right.
close losses.
Right, and like
Yeah,
some of the times they were just outmatched, like when they played like Buffalo or whatever. But it's like, bro, did
yeah.
you really think they were gonna like that? That's what I don't get sometimes about like the coaching thing. Like when they get into a situation like that, it's like, what do you really expect? Like out of the first year, it's his first year coaching and the situation he's in is piss poor. Yeah, they have a quarterback, but they're throwing the Keyshawn Boot and like
Demario
Kendrick
Douglas.
Bourne and shit.
Yeah,
It's like, what are we
and
doing? Like,
Ramondre was out half the year too.
right, Hunter Henry is like decent, but he's not like all world.
Yeah,
He's just like kind of like a touchdown threat. And then it's like the running backs were in and out. You know what I mean? The O line is absolutely atrocious.
bad.
And then it's like you have Christian Gonzalez on. It's like
No, the defense is really
the
good though.
defense is fine, but it's like again offensively, like there's not enough to like really generate anything or to be competitive in the AFC. So it's like, what are you mad at? Like,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? And like a lot of games were close, a lot of games they sold at the end, but it's like I don't really get it. Like firing the guy off of just 1 year
yeah.
for like nothing.
I
Like
did hear that it might be because he won that game at the end, and
right,
that
which is like a situation that's happened in the past, like the
yeah.
Texans or whatever. But I honestly, I don't think the Texans one was about him winning the game necessarily because I think they told
They told him before the
before.
game, yeah.
But I think the reason they told him before the game, Lovey Smith, we're talking about the Texans when they fired their coach after 1 year
Bear
because
down, bear
well, they
down.
won the game, the Colts game that year.
Mm.
Uh,
And gave the Bears the #1 overall pick.
right. I think that one they told him before the game, so regardless, even if we lost, he was gonna be gone. But that one was because we knew we were gonna get D'Amico.
Yeah,
So it's like that's what's different. It's like yeah, like Vrabel, sure, but it's like the Texans knew
yeah,
they were gonna get D'Amico. They knew that was gonna be their guy to like build with the next few years. And it's like now, like the Patriots, like yeah, I guess Vrabel's kind of similar because he was also like a Patriot guy and all that
yeah.
kind of stuff, and maybe he's like a little bit more proven. But it's like I mean, Vrabel wasn't like all world in Tennessee. I mean, what he got a couple division wins, but mainly off the back of Derrick Henry. I mean, the offense,
Mainly only off the back.
right? I mean, like the offense was mid. They were
Yeah,
basically just running Henry, 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 and then doing like a play action to whoever. I mean,
yeah,
I don't think he was a all world coach. So it's like, what are we really doing? You're kind of mid for mid here.
yeah,
You know what I mean? I think that Mayo, you had a chance to grow and all that kind of stuff and whatever, and you kind of threw it away. I mean, I guess some of his comments sometimes, like when he called the team soft or whatever, but I mean, like he's more of an old school guy. Like
yeah.
he's an older school guy. Like, yeah, maybe like that's not the best thing to say, but it's like, so what?
I
Like,
mean, was he wrong though?
right, he's not wrong. Yeah, maybe he needs a little bit more media training or something like that. But it's like I don't think he did bad enough for him to be a bad coach or
No.
for him to get fired.
Like it looked promising.
Right, and then it's like,
That's all you can ask for in that situation is for it to look promising, and it did. Why would you fire him?
and then it's like, what? Like you didn't get the number one pick. The Patriots don't need it anyway. Like, yeah, it would have been good because then you could have traded back and got assets and stuff like that. Like, yeah, sure, but it's like even though you don't, like they're still sitting at what, 4? Like that's still a good spot for them. They already have a quarterback. Like you can still get a really great player at 4, and then you probably need a fucking lineman anyway
Yeah,
or whoever. So it's like, dude, that's fine. Like you're in a good spot anyway. And the Patriots never draft high anyway. They've
yeah,
only drafted high last year. Before then, they were kings at always trading back. Patriots always traded back. So it's like,
mm,
what's the problem? Like what? You didn't get the number one overall pick. Ooh, boo hoo. So what? Like, you know what I'm saying?
yeah.
It's like you don't really need it. It would have been nice, but like, okay, so what? He ended on a win. Like, I just don't see the big thing here. And then what I also hate, and this is kind of like a personal rant for me because like the media, especially like Stephen A. Smith, would always be like, "Hey, um, he's so quick to call out the Texans organization and all this stuff, and he still will say things like that. Texans, like last year, we were going on a good run and stuff like that, and he would always say, "Well, I'm not a fan of that organization by how they did guys like David Culley and Lovey Smith, like all this stuff." Like he paints the Texans as like this racist organization because we fired coaches,
Yeah.
and now every other team is doing it, and no one, and
Nobody's.
he's not
Yeah.
saying this kind of stuff about, like, what about the Patriots? They just one and done, and they for no reason.
Yeah.
And then it's like, how are the Texans racist? If you look at our history, I'm pretty sure we've hired probably the most black coaches probably in the fucking NFL.
Yeah.
Some teams haven't had a black coach yet in history. There's
Yeah.
some organizations that have never had a black head coach.
Yeah.
So it's like, how are we racist when we've had like 5 of them? Not even just as head coach. We had Romeo Cornell as defensive coordinator at a time. Oh, and then in the early 2000s, our GM was Rick Smith, a black guy. That was before black GM was popular. So
Yeah.
it's like, we've been having black people in the organization. We've been having black people in the operations. Like,
I think
how
that
are
was
we
the
some racist
Patriots' first
organization?
black coach too.
Exactly. And they fired
Yeah.
him after a year for bullshit. So it's like, why are they not getting painted as just some like
Yeah.
blacklist organization where it's like the Texans? And then he even still says it, like even this year, he's like, I was scared about D'Amico going there and stuff. Like, what, you were scared about D'Amico going to his home team,
Yeah.
that of the Texans? Like, for what? Like, what do you think we were gonna do? Like, you know what I'm saying? It's just like, it's crazy that he paints that on us. But now all these other teams, Antonio Pierce, are they racist? Like, I mean, should he have been fired? I mean, I don't know. I mean, he seemed decent to me
Yeah.
with their weapons. I mean, that team sucks. And then it's like the Patriots. It's like, who cares? Like, there's no one on that fucking squad.
Yeah.
Everyone sucks, bro. Like, I mean, like, what do you want them to do?
Yeah.
Then it's like the Texans. We fired our guy. Plus, we let him know before the game, like, hey, like, we're probably gonna part ways after this. Yeah, he won the game, whatever. But it's like the Texans are nowhere near some racist organizations. I'm not saying the organization is perfect. We've had dysfunction, but the dysfunction has came from other dudes that weren't black, like Jack Easterby, who was
Yeah.
trying to, do crazy stuff behind the scenes and stuff like that. Ask any Texans fan about Jack Easterby. That dude was doing crazy stuff during that Deshaun Watson era and stuff like that, toxic stuff. Bill O'Brien. I mean, none of these guys are black, so it's like, how is the Texans just the, like, if you're a black coach, don't go there. By the way, Stephen A. was one of the guys that was advocating for getting mad at the Texans for not hiring Eric Bieniemy and stuff like that. Like, okay, So we were bad guys back then because we didn't hire Eric Bieniemy, and that somehow made us racist because he just needed to be a head coach, right? And then what has he done since leaving Kansas City? Okay, I remember he was on Washington, didn't do anything as the offensive coordinator. He sucked. Then he went to college, and the first college he was at, he was like the OC or the head coach or something like that, and they got rid of him. And now he's at like his second college. He's at his like third place in like 4 years. Like the dude hasn't done anything. So
Yeah.
it's like clearly he wasn't some mastermind. Oh yeah, that's not that hard to figure out because he was like halfway calling plays. You didn't even know who was calling plays half the time. You're like, oh, was that a Bieniemy call? Was that Andy Reid? Andy Reid was always on the headset. He always had the
Yeah.
playbook. And then it's like Bieniemy's just like standing next to him with like his like little mini menu, like, yeah, this looks good. It's like, and then they're painting this dude out to be a god, and then somehow the Texans are like racist because we didn't bring him in. Like any black coach that becomes available, if the Texans don't get him, we're racist, even though we literally had the most black coaches. And then like, let's be honest, David Culley, we were tanking, bro. That was like the first year of like David Mills, and like we
Yeah.
had no players. We had like wide receivers like Chris Moore, guys like that. We hired David Culley. Literally, I remember it was like the week before the season started. We had no coach. We were like looking for a coach, and nobody was available. All the coaches got hired, and then we were just like, yeah, you can come here and coach. He had no track record, no nothing. We hired him for a year, and then got rid of him for Lovey, and been like, okay, like maybe we can do something with Lovey.
Yeah.
And then because we didn't like that was before D'Amico was about to be a head coach. Then D'Amico was like, I'm leaving San Fran. I'm gonna be. Then the Texans are like, yeah, we want that guy. Like
Yeah.
obviously, just the guy he is, person he is. Like you want that guy, ex Texan. You know what I'm saying? Whatever.
Yeah.
Like
And it translated
his
too.
his his physical, like he looks like a player. He's a player's guy. Guys love him. It's like why would you not? It's like the Bears with Ben Johnson.
Yeah.
It's like yeah, Eberflus is probably a great guy, probably. But then it's like, but Ben Johnson is available, so hit
Yeah.
the road. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Make way. King's coming. It's like I mean, like
And
what's wrong with us?
if we don't hire Ben Johnson, bro.
That's bad, and we'll get to that. But to end my rant, it's like the Texans have been far from some like racist thing, even though that's what Stephen A. Smith and those guys try to paint us out to be. And even at the end of the day, even if the Texans, yeah, we fired David Culley after a year, yeah, we fired Lovie Smith, but even still, we gave David Culley, a black guy who had never been an NFL coach, a chance to be an NFL coach in front of the camera, show what he can do. So it's
Yeah.
like, even at the end of the day, the Texans still gave this dude camera time, still gave him, you still have to pay the guy
Yeah.
a head coach money. So we still paid the black guy money. So it's like, at the end of the day, we still helped this nigga out. It's not like we didn't just, it's not, you know what I'm saying? It's not like we were just like, hey, come coach for us. We're going to give you no money, no, no. It's like, yeah, the team
We're
was
just gonna
dog shit.
fire you.
Right. The team was dog shit, so we weren't going to win anyway, and we weren't trying to. And like, you know, we were still in the Deshaun Watson purgatory from like whatever you put us through. We had nothing. So it's like, we weren't going to be good. Hired him last minute. We still gave him money. We still gave him camera time, chance to be a head coach, chance to put that on his resume, all this stuff. Same thing with Lovie Smith. Gave him a chance to get back to the NFL, show his work, and he did pretty good. Like put some stuff on tape, like blah blah. So it's like, how are we somehow the devil? Because
Yeah.
like whatever. But then we have the Patriots, who never had a black coach. First black coach gets the worst head start of all time. Started in the fucking mud with his team and did decent enough. I mean, what do you expect? Patriots thought y'all thought you were going to playoffs. Y'all thought you were going to Super Bowl. Really? With this team, y'all, what y'all think? Y'all think I got Tom Brady still? No, bro. Like y'all weren't gonna go anywhere. Anyway,
Yeah.
I
Drake
don't,
May low key is Tom Brady. Chill.
bro. They could have had fucking Bill Parcells or something. Like they could have had the best coach of all time. Like, and this they had Bill Belichick the year before and didn't win any games,
Yeah.
and he's one of the best coaches of all time.
Yeah.
It's like the team is bad, and they just fired this dude even though he was showing promise. So
Yeah.
it's like, don't try to stop painting the Texans. Like, get that narrative out of the fucking window. We not racist. We're not doing nothing. We've hired more black coaches. We've had black coaches in the organization since the beginning of time. Like, shut up about the Texans being racist. Stop with that narrative. And specifically Stephen A. Stop trying to do that even if the Texans are doing good. Like, watch Texans win this week. Yeah, Texans did good. You know, I'm still not a fan of that. Or like, he's still bringing it up.
Yeah.
David Culley in 2025. We're still talking about that.
Cause
Like,
y'all
come
are
the
the
fuck
booty
on.
hole. Y'all are the booty hole people.
It's like, dude, they just love to just try to like paint. Like, dude, just give us our credit, bro. We hit on a head coach and we hit on a quarterback. Like, shut up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? But no one else is racist now, even though everyone else fires their coach after a year now.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? But hey, Texans, you know, put us behind the shed. Yeah, fuck that.
I think y'all have the most black offensive linemen too.
Exactly. It's
But
like, bro, bro, we really doing this shit. Like, how the fuck are we racist? Or how the fuck are we some? If
actually,
you're a
how
black
many
guy,
white
don't go
people are
there.
on the fucking team now that I'm thinking about it?
None.
Schultz.
Schultz, Stover, and like, bro, like, what else?
Not even the kicker.
That's what I'm saying. The kickers, I'm saying, Hawaiian or whatever. It's
Yeah.
like, bro, we are literally an ethnic team. Have black coaches everywhere. Our quarterback coach is a black guy. Our whatever coaches are a black guy. Andre Johnson's walking around the field all the time, doing whatever
Yeah.
he wants. Arian Foster, all these guys. They have one practice where they had like Big X to plug, and all these Maxo Cream shows up to the games.
Sketch.
Maxo Cream did the in halftime.
Yeah.
It's like what are we doing? Beyonce at halftime. It's like, oh, but we hate black people on the Texans. Like, get that out of here. But the Bears, yeah, it's Ben Johnson or bust.
Yeah, it really is Ben
And
Johnson.
every other coach is mid.
We're interviewing Pete Carroll today, I think, and
Thank God the Cowboys saved y'all, because the Cowboys,
they said it's sticking with McCarthy.
no, they didn't say they were sticking with McCarthy, but they declined McCarthy to interview. Y'all
Perfect.
requested it.
Yeah.
Y'all were like, we're requesting to talk to Mike McCarthy, but the Cowboys declined. It was like,
Good.
no one's talking to McCarthy. So that's probably gonna save y'all, because I honestly think if y'all were able to interview him, y'all would actually hire him, and that's what's so dog shit
That would
about
have
this
been
fucking
dust.
team. Y'all were actually probably gonna get McCarthy, because they were hype about that shit. They were like, why the fuck are you even requesting to talk to this dude? We're like, I just don't even get it. Like, are y'all fucking addicted to mid? Like, what are we doing, bro?
Yeah,
McCarthy's
no.
not winning.
Ben Johnson.
What are we doing? You might
It
as well
has to
just
be
kept
Ben
Eberflus,
Johnson.
bro. He's just as mid. Like,
Chill. Eberflus was goaded.
dude, this is so bad. You have to get Ben Johnson, bro. I don't
Yeah.
care what you have to give this dude, bro.
Yeah.
Give that the keys to the city.
I'd honestly be fine with like if Ben Johnson did this, like come to the Bears, be the head coach, and just have Thomas Brown, the interim coach, have him be OC.
Right.
Like, cause he was doing all right as
Or just
OC.
keep Ben Johnson calling plays.
Well, yeah, that's what I mean. Is Ben
Yeah.
Johnson's calling plays as head coach, but on offense.
Right.
So then we just need to get a DC because Thomas Brown could be OC.
Right. And DC's easy, bro. You can
Yeah.
get anybody to be DC.
Yeah.
Like technically the Texans have a DC. It's like Matt Burke or some dude or whatever.
But what's his name
like,
calls the plays, huh?
But yeah, like he's not actually like, dude. They never show this dude on the sideline,
Yeah.
bro. Every now and then he gets an interview, and I'm like, oh yeah, I forgot he's like technically our
Yeah.
DC. He
Our
doesn't do
DC was
anything.
ass, bro.
Like D'Amico's tone, they're listening to D'Amico Ryans.
We had
like
Eric Washington.
Yeah,
We had him this year.
he sucks.
Dust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
I
like,
know before the season started.
yeah. So it's like, if the Bears don't get Ben Johnson, then like, I don't know, like they're, and then that'd be another situation where it's like, oh, what if Ben Johnson goes somewhere else, and then like the rest of the coaches are mid?
Yeah.
Like, you might just have to hire somebody on like a 1 year
They're
just to
talking
have
about
somebody
getting
in the
Pete Carroll
chair.
too, though. I mean, I wouldn't be mad at that, but like,
I'm not mad at it, but I'm not like hype about it
yeah,
either.
exactly.
So I feel like the league's going younger, bro.
Yeah.
The coaches are getting younger. Like, who are the good coaches in the league? McVay, Miko, Shanahan. Even like McDaniel was kind of mid this year, but like, he's still a good coach. McDaniel, like, whatever these guys, and then you have like just like football guys that are like the Dan Quinns, Dan Campbell, like guys like that, that are like good coaches. Hardballs who are like football guys. Yeah, they're a little old school, but they still are like whatever. But they're adapting their game and stuff like that. I don't think Pete Carroll's adapting anything. I think he's gonna come in and like do the same old shit. Is he an upgrade? Probably. I mean, he has hardware, but like, I don't think he's amazing.
I think that Seattle scheme would work well for us too, though. Like, I think our defense is built for like that Legion of Boom style. Like, it's definitely built for that.
The defense isn't the problem. To me, I just don't think he's that great of an offensive kind of guy.
But I see Flus, or not Flus. I mean, I see Caleb as like that Russell Wilson, like gunslinging, but has the scramble ability, but he's looking to throw when he scrambles. Like, it's kind of that same deal. You know what I mean?
I think Pete Carroll is like addicted to like run. Like, he runs like the mid Texans Bobby Slowick offense. So that's the thing I think is going to cook. Like, I think he's going to cap it because he's going to want to I formation, run up the middle. I formation, run up the middle. Okay, now we play action, roll out, and try to find. Like, that was literally the Seattle Seahawks offense, and I just think that that's not what's gonna. I don't think that's what this offense wants to do. Yeah. Especially with Caleb. I think Caleb wants a more pass heavy scheme. He wants something a little bit more younger, a little bit more new school. Like, I don't think that old school shit's just gonna mix well, in my opinion. Like, on offense, I think defensively it'll be fine, but like, I just think offensively, like yeah, the Seahawks had some good years offensively, but I don't know. Like I said, it was a lot of handoff, play action,
Yeah.
and like I just don't think that style works anymore, bro. Like
Mm,
look at like the some teams are good and they like barely even run the ball.
yeah.
Like you know what I'm saying? Like like just like Tampa Bay, they're not just to line it up and run the ball kind of team. But what do? They have two backs. They're one goes this way, one goes that way. Swing it
Yeah.
out. One goes this way, one goes that way. Oh, you thought we were gonna run? Nope. Pass downfield to Mike Evans. Okay, now we're gonna do that same thing, but this time White's gonna get it. Same thing. Now Bucky's gonna get it. Go this way. Same thing. Now it's not, but now we're gonna swing it out. Like I mean, like teams
Yeah.
are doing this kind of shit now.
Yeah.
I formation is like dust,
But I
bro.
mean,
Unless you
like,
have Henry and
yeah,
Saquon, that's it.
Chargers, Eagles, and what's it called?
Ravens.
Ravens,
That's
yeah.
like it. Those are like the only people that can like
Steelers,
run
I
that
guess,
offense.
but not
But
really.
not really because Najee's
Yeah.
buns.
Yeah, he's
So
buns.
it's like you can't even run that style. But they're trying to on the Steelers, and that's why they look dust.
Yeah.
And it's like that's what I'm saying. I think Pete Carroll's gonna bring that same mindset, old
Broncos.
school mindset. That's just not gonna work, bro.
Yeah.
And that's the one thing about Sean Payton. Like at least Sean Payton's adaptive. He's
Yeah.
old, but he knows how to like scheme some shit up and like make it work. That's like on some new school like plays kind of stuff. Like he watches a lot. Like he's really knowledgeable, but
Yeah.
I'm not in love with Pete Carroll, bro.
The
I'm not in love with it,
the
bro.
one positive I do see, like
I
a
think
reason
he's number
why
two on the list.
I think the reason, yeah, I think he's number two,
Right.
but it's a big gap.
Big gap.
Yeah.
It's like here's the king, and then it's like
Yeah.
this guy
Yeah.
is like you
But
just take him if he's just like not available.
I think it makes so much sense for Ben Johnson to come to the Bears because it's like you get to play against your head coach, so you get to see like
Right.
prove your mettle. You know what I
Right.
mean? Like it's the pride thing, but
Mhm.
then also you get a generational quarterback
Right.
talent with receiving
Right.
core,
With
with
receiving core, with
running back, with
defense.
the defense,
So it's
with a
like
team that wants to win so badly.
right.
And
They're
like when the Bears
desperate.
are on top, bro, when the Bears are on top, the NFL changes.
Right.
Like the fans for the Bears are just so engrossed with football that like no matter if we're good or bad, we're gonna be the talk of the league. You know what I mean?
Right.
Not to
No, yeah.
play our own drum, but I mean it's true. I mean every year we're talking about the Bears during the whole off season. We're talking about them during the season about like, well, they should be this. Oh, look at what they're doing. Blah 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 blah. Imagine when we're back on top.
It's like the
Ben
league. It's
Johnson,
like the league wants them to like be good. You know what
exactly.
I'm saying? And like the league like hates that they're doing bad, especially like with like it's like they're in like a situation where it's like they can't get it right. It
Yeah.
seems like they could sign
Because
like
everybody can see it
right,
except for the organization.
right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I think that like I said, and then you get like I said, you get a chance to like if you're the coach that brings Chicago back to winning, you're literally king.
Yeah,
Like
exactly.
you literally own the city.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, why would you, if you're
They
Ben
can't
Johnson, why would you not want to do that? I
like
get like
bro.
running it back with the Lions, but like
I don't think so.
you get your own job with a team that is gonna love you.
I think with his caliber, he's looking to be a
Yeah.
coach, and
Yeah.
I think he knows where he wants to go. I think the Bears just have to get it done.
Yeah.
I think the Bears have to get it done, man.
I mean, I think we have third or fifth most cap space too, which
Mm-hmm.
I don't think that applies to
I
coaches,
don't
but
think
I
the
mean,
coaches.
we can still obviously pay for a coach.
Yeah, like
We have
I
money
think
laying
that
around.
you have to make the biggest swing of yours. Like this could be what like really turns around.
Yeah.
Like yeah, Caleb, all this stuff, but it's like without the coach, it's nothing. And it's
Mm.
like when you get the right coach in there that's just like meshes well and just everything works right, like
Yeah.
it just makes it all easier. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like would Kansas City really be the same without Andy Reid? I
No.
don't know. You know what I mean? Like yeah, you have Patrick Mahomes and stuff like that, but is there plays? Is there look or is just like how they feel about playing behind this guy
Yeah.
gonna be the
Like the
same?
Lions with Dan Campbell, like
Right.
they're 100% not the same team. They
Exactly. But
probably
they
win like 8 games this year without Dan.
right. But they love Dan. They
Yeah.
ride behind him. Just like the Texans. Like they ride behind the Miko Ryans. They don't give a fuck. Like
Yeah.
people they'll run to a wall for Miko. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So
They'll
it's
give
like
like 7 players CT in the same game for D'Amico.
exactly. So it's like you have to have that coach that you're gonna ride for. And I think the Bears have to make that play.
Yeah.
And, like I said, if for whatever reason Ben Johnson doesn't pick there or whatever, then sure, go Pete Carroll. But, just know that with Pete Carroll, I don't think that that's exactly the answer. So it's like if you have to go Pete Carroll, just know that like it could still be mid, like
Yeah.
for a little bit. You know what I mean? But he is old, so it's not like it's gonna be that hard. Like maybe give him a year or two and then be like, all right, bro, you're mid. But then it's like
Yeah.
another year or two of like being mid.
And then it's gonna be end of Caleb's rookie
Right. And
contract,
then
and
if
we're gonna have this whole fucking thing
yeah,
again.
and
Yeah.
then if you're mid for 2 more years, Caleb's done.
Yeah.
I already know Caleb.
Yeah. He's not a sit around and
He's
wait.
not a sit around, wait, loyal kind of guy. This
Yeah.
dude is gonna find the next best thing smoking and get on that hoe. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like he'll be like, "Wait, y'all are still mid. We're not winning anything. Okay, who's next? Who needs quarterback?
Yeah.
Vikings. Yeah, I'm gonna go over that. Like that dude will jump ship quick.
Yeah.
So
Oh,
you
speaking
gotta
of
figure it out.
Vikings, do you think they'll re-sign Darnold? Or
I
would,
don't know. Not. It's not looking like it. They probably were until that last performance.
I mean, depends on playoffs, right?
Yeah, I mean, like if he has like a good run, like if they win the first round, pretty comfortably, and then like maybe let's say in the second round he put up a good fight, but you just kind of get outmatched.
I feel like the team
I think you
really
keep
likes
it.
him though.
Yeah, I think that the team likes him, and then like he's been playing good ball, so it's like
Yeah.
I don't see the.
He has like 4,000
And
yards
it's
or
like
something.
McCarthy, like
5,000.
McCarthy's mid, bro. Like I mean, like does he have a chance to be really good? Like yeah, I mean he played some good ball at Michigan, especially that last year, the playoff run and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not. I don't think right now with the Vikings, with where the team's at, you just signed Jefferson. Addison's starting to get in his bag. He's going to get into year three. Hawkinson, you're going to have Aaron Jones, who's like kind of on the older side. It's
Yeah.
like I think you're kind of more in a position to like if we have something that's working. That I mean, dude, you lost 2 games, 3 games. Like
Yeah.
are we really going to turn that down for the unknown of like, I mean, JJ Cardi, he's supposed to be good, but like he also just had an injury. He hasn't played in a year. And so basically, you're going to have to go through a rookie year next year. It's like,
Yeah.
what if he goes in there and he's just fucking absolute dog shit? Like maybe he was good. And maybe if he would have just played right out and like he didn't get hurt, then maybe it would have been nice. But like this year
Yeah,
off,
it
a
could have
year
been.
off does a lot, bro.
Yeah.
You
Especially
know what I'm
for a
saying?
quarterback
Especially for
too.
a quarter. I mean, look at Deshaun.
Yeah. Well, he
Deshaun,
was asked beforehand.
no, he wasn't. But like, you know what I'm saying? It was like he went from like 2020 on the Texans throwing like 4,000 yards, a bunch of touchdowns, like looking like crazy, and then took those couple years off, whatever. And then next thing you know, like this dude looks like he can't complete a fucking pass. It's like for
Yeah.
quarterback, like if you're not really in it like all the time, like you can fall off, bro. So it's like I don't know. Last time we saw him, he was good, but that was what Michigan.
Yeah.
Like we haven't even seen this dude in the NFL. Nah,
Yeah.
bro. I don't know. I'm sticking with Darnold. I
I didn't
think
think he was that good on Michigan either.
unless Darnold, like he had a bad game last game, if he goes out this next game against the Rams and he looks like he's seeing ghosts, then I can understand being like, all right, bro, like you're not getting it done on the big stage, so we're gonna have to
Yeah.
cut. But
Well, they signed Daniel Jones too,
yeah,
and Aiden or what's his name, their coach, something O'Connell, Mike
right,
or whatever his name is,
Kevin O'Connell.
Kevin O'Connell. Yeah, he loves Daniel Jones. Is what he said. He said he's always been a real big fan, and he really enjoys his game. And he thinks he can bring a lot to the team. Whatever, whatever, whatever.
I think that's just coach talk. I mean,
Yeah, I honestly think that he likes him though, because why else would they go and get Daniel Jones if they already have JJ McCarthy and Sam
right.
Darnold that's playing really well?
I mean, that could be a plan.
Yeah.
Maybe you're like, we'll go with
We'll go with the
Daniel.
carousel until it
Right.
stops.
We'll go with Daniel Jones. Maybe he
Yeah,
has a little bit more rushing upside. Maybe he can do something. But like, I mean,
yeah.
I think
I
we
mean, you can't keep three quarterbacks now too,
right,
so
and it's like I don't. I just don't think Daniel Jones is the answer for sure. I mean, I
nah.
think that in this offense is very quarterback friendly. So that's the thing about it. This Vikings offense, like you've seen Kirk Cousins, like obviously he's not that fucking
Yeah,
great, but he was able to like do good shit with the Vikings.
yeah.
Sam Darnold's having a resurgence. Like, could Daniel Jones get in there and be better?
I think he could be better
Probably.
than Darnold, low
Like he
key.
could he could probably be better than what we saw at the Giants when he's not
Yeah,
working with a lot.
he's gonna be
He
Josh
did
Allen. Watch.
he did bring the Giants to the playoffs and stuff like that. And the Giants have never had like really crazy talent until like now with neighbors and stuff. But it's like they've kind of been like just treading water over there.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think that in this situation, Daniel Jones could be way better than what we saw. But I still don't think that it's enough for me to pull the trigger on Darnold unless you get like a crazy package for him, like in a trade. But I think he's a free agent, whatever it is. But like I don't know.
So
That's a hard
basically, it's going to
decision.
be Vikings versus Bills Super Bowl, and Daniel Jones versus Josh Allen, and because Sam Darnold's going to go down, and it's going to be Josh Allen 2.0 versus 1.0.
Yeah, maybe. Uh, Speaking of Josh Allen,
uh,
who should win the MVP?
Lamar. all day, every day, the king.
I also think it's Lamar, but
Josh Allen isn't even top three in any stats besides touchdowns because
right,
he's a fucking run the ball merchant. They
right,
don't give James Cook any touches, and then Josh Allen gets every rushing touchdown. They want to use that as a stat, and
but
then they want to say that Derrick Henry
right,
is like negative for Lamar when okay they use the running back.
right,
Sorry that their running back gets more than 10 touches.
right.
Like this is ridiculous. It's a ridiculous conversation.
And then they're saying like the Ravens have like a better team like overall, like they have
Yeah,
more Pro Bowlers and shit like that.
yeah,
Like the Bills team is like dust. So they're saying like if you removed both of them, like if Josh Allen wasn't on the Bills and like Lamar was on the Ravens, like the Ravens would probably win more games without
yeah.
Lamar than like the Bills this year would win without Josh Allen because the team's worse. Which like I get that. So it's like if you're going on like who's more actually valuable, like I guess you can make that argument for Josh Allen this year,
Yeah.
but I still think that that kind of underrates Lamar. Like you're kind of just saying like he's not like I think Lamar.
He has the best passer rating out of all quarterbacks in the NFL.
But
I think that alone.
here's the thing about Lamar though. I think like his running and like his playmaking ability, I think bails out the Ravens a lot. Like I think Lamar covers up a lot of what's actually wrong with the Ravens.
Right.
Like the Ravens offensive line has never really been elite.
Yeah, their
Their
inside is bad, bro.
exactly. Their offensive line has never been elite. Their weapons have never really been crazy elite.
Yeah.
They're always like decent, but they're not like Zay Flowers is an all world. Like he
Yeah.
shouldn't have been in the Pro Bowl. Like, Bateman.
Rashad Bateman, he makes him look like a god,
Right,
bro.
but Bateman's mid. Like any other team, Bateman's not getting it. Like if
Yeah.
Bateman was on the Patriots, he has like maybe 400 yards this year, at if that. So it's like Mark Andrews was mid like half the year, like finally turned it on at the end.
Likely
Like
is like 5 games in the
right,
season.
likely he's like boomer bust literally. And it's like yeah they have Henry, but it's like Henry's not helping him throw the ball. And it's
Right.
like, yeah, it opens stuff up, but it's like, so what? Tannehill didn't win the MVP, and he was handing it off to Henry all the time. Henry
Yeah.
was getting 2,000 yards over there. Why didn't Tannehill MVP?
Yeah.
Well, you know what I'm saying? It's because he really wasn't that good at pat. Like I think Lamar's playmaking, his stats this year. He's had a crazy year. He has multiple games with like 4+ touchdowns, like crazy stuff.
And
They were
they've actually
dominating.
won against good teams, whereas
Right,
the Bills have lost to every good team.
right. So it's like to me, I just don't see how you can really validate
Yeah.
not giving it to Lamar, even though I know that that's probably what they're gonna do. It feels just
It's
like
Genty
it
and
feels just like the Genty Travis, bro. It feels
yeah.
just like the Genty Travis. Like you have the guy that should probably really get it based on like what he's been doing and all this stuff, stats, all this stuff. And then you have the guy who's just like a little bit more popular.
Yeah,
And
he's
then
the
it's just
media
like
guy. Yeah.
right. And it's just like it just seems like this is kind of like a make a wish MVP for Josh Allen, where it's like maybe he should have got it another year and he didn't or whatever, and then now they're gonna give it to him. It's like when Harden like didn't get it when like Russell Westbrook
Yeah.
averaged a triple double and then he like got it the next year. It's
Yeah.
like Harden probably should have got it that year, but like since Russ got the triple double or whatever, then they're like,
Yeah.
okay, we'll give it to Russ, and then like the next year Harden still played really good, like he's still deserving, but it was kind of like a
It's not that year, yeah.
right, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I don't know. I think Lamar should win.
Lamar's the GOAT,
I think Lamar definitely should win, but I think like Josh Allen's favored right now,
though. Yeah.
like to win. So it's like I don't know. I definitely could see it given to him, but I don't. I just don't see how after this season how the Ravens have looked. How you give it to Lamar? Yeah, their team's a little bit better and stuff, but it's like, so what? I mean, it's not Lamar's fault that the fucking Bills got rid of Stephon Diggs and Gabe
Yeah.
Davis and picked up old Amari Cooper and Khalil Shakir and these like I mean
Yeah.
that's not his
Keon
fault.
Coleman.
Right. Like it's not his fault that the Bills went this direction. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, yeah, Josh Allen's playing really good. I think he deserves to be in the conversation, but it's like,
Yeah.
you know, and then if anything, like Joe Burrow really should be the MVP.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
the year that he had, I mean, Jesus Christ, man, like he was playing his ass off, boy. Like if there was really
He's out that
somebody,
bitch slinging.
if there was really somebody that shouldn't get it, like if it wasn't Lamar, it should be Joe.
Yeah.
Because like Joe was playing his ass off. I know they're not in the playoffs. I know that, but like he put them in a position to win. And literally, if we're gonna say the remove this player and what are they? If you take Joe Burrow off of that team, they literally win probably 5 games.
Not even, bro. They win like three,
They went
maybe.
they went 0-4 with Burrow,
Yeah.
and then the on the run that they went at the end, this dude was throwing for like 404, and they were barely winning by like 4 points,
Yeah.
bro. And he was 400 like
Yeah.
400
Like
yards
going into OT,
going to
kicker
OT.
missing field goals and shit, and he's like, "All right, let's go right back down the field, score touch."
Defense giving up big plays
Yeah.
back and forth. This dude's barely winning games, throwing for
They're letting Bo Nix
350
score
plus
two
yards.
touchdowns in the last 2 minutes of the game.
Like you're throwing for 350 plus yards and you're barely winning. 350 and 3 touchdowns, and they're like, you might still lose this game.
He
Like,
literally just picks a receiver to throw to all game, and it's like, "All right, I'm
right.
gonna score 3 touchdowns with you today."
Yeah. And it's like the way he played this year, if
Yeah.
Lamar ain't getting it, then he should be second. In my opinion.
Yeah.
He was way more impressive to me than Josh Allen.
Yeah.
You know what
Lamar
I
is the
mean?
goat though.
I think it should be for Lamar.
I keep getting this in my head, and I've talked to a couple of coworkers about it too. Lamar might actually end up being GOAT, huh?
Could, yeah. I
Like
mean,
if he gets like 2, 3 Super Bowls,
he has to win. Yeah, yeah.
if he gets like 2 or 3 Super Bowls, would you put him over Tom Brady?
No.
It has to be like 5, huh?
What I saw Tom Brady do was insane. It would take a lot for me to put him
What you
over.
see Lamar do isn't insane though.
It is, but like Brady, I mean, obviously it's two different styles. Like, yeah, Brady wasn't like running everywhere, but whatever. But like, I just think
And Brady objectively had better weapons
sometimes,
for
like,
the most part.
but like towards the end of his career, not really until he went to the Bucks. But like them last like
Yeah,
3 years on the Patriots, like, bro, what were they running? Old Edelman and like
they
who
had Gronk
else?
for like 1 year, right?
Yeah, I mean like Gronk. They had Gronk and then like Edelman.
Yeah.
After that, like who else? Brandon
Devontae
Cooks.
Parker.
Like, bro, like you know what I'm saying? Like it's like it
Yeah,
falls off, bro. And they didn't even have, some of these guys that they have now. Like, you know what I mean? It's just like what James White and stuff. Like,
yeah,
it's like, I mean, the stuff I was able to see Brady do, I don't know if I would ever really be able to put anybody over him. Like, even some people are already like trying to put Mahomes over him. I still can't do it. I
nah,
think
yeah,
you would tune, like I said, you tune into a Patriots game, it'd be Patriots versus whoever, 12 o'clock, and you just watch Brady just
ding, ding, ding,
absolutely
ding.
fry.
Yeah,
It's like 50-14 end of the game.
yeah,
He's not missing. The ball's not touching the ground. I was talking to my mom about this. I've never seen somebody play quarterback like that. He
yeah.
literally played like
Just
as
dropping
far
in the perfect
as far
spot.
as like
Yeah,
throwing the ball, like passer, like a thrower of the football. I've never seen somebody with this kind, like with his kind of skill, like
yeah,
ever. This dude was insane. Comebacks all the time. Comeback. What did every team not want to do? Every team didn't want to score too quick because if you gave the
yeah. If you
ball to
gave it to him with a
Brady
minute or
with
yeah,
45 seconds,
yeah.
he was going to literally methodically drive down, click, 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 game. Like, I mean, it's just this dude.
Like if he didn't win it with 30 seconds left,
You're like, what? Like, yeah,
how did that
yeah. You're
happen?
like, how? Like, dude, this dude is a mastermind, bro. Like, I don't know, bro. Brady's different. Then,
But then when you watch a Mahomes game, it's like no way that just happened.
right,
Whereas with Tom Brady, it's like no way that happened if they lose.
right. And then it's like, and then to prove everybody wrong and be like, oh, he's just like a Bill Belichick merchant, like all this kind of stuff.
Yeah, he
Then
just
he's
goes
like,
to the Dust
and
Bowl
then he's
Bucks.
he's literally like, oh, bet who's a team that like hasn't won shit? Bucks. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna go on the Bucks, and I'm gonna like win a Super Bowl first year. First year, not
Yeah,
it took not Aaron Rodgers where it's like, oh, first year I was ass, second year I'm ass, and then third year. No, first year off the jet lands in Tampa Bay,
just buckets to
Super
Mike.
Bowl.
Just buckets to
Super Bowl,
Mike, bro.
buckets to Mike, buckets to Godwin, Lenny. Like, I mean, like, dude, he took this team to the to the
Leonard
to
Fournette
the
was so crazy that year
he
too,
took this team
and
to
then
the
just
shit.
disappeared.
And then who they beat in the shit? Patrick
Yeah,
Mahomes. He played this nigga and cooked
belt
him.
the ass.
And guess
He
who?
belt the ass
Guess
him.
who? Guess who else he played in that playoff run? Aaron Rodgers.
Yeah,
And he cooked them.
yeah.
I ain't never seen nobody play quarterback like him. I ain't never seen. I've
Fair
seen
enough. Fair
there's
enough.
been good players. I ain't never seen him play. So Lamar, I don't think he'd be the GOAT, but he would be up there.
He
Like,
is still young as shit too, though.
he's 29.
I mean, that's still pretty
He's still
young.
young.
Yeah.
I think that
He
look,
probably has a good 7 years,
right.
8, 9.
At least being this elusive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I think that if Lamar can at least get 2 to 3 Super Bowls, and he already has the MVPs. He's definitely going to be in the top conversations, but I don't think people will put him over Brady. I
No.
think that he'll be one of those guys though that
Yeah, like a Drew Brees or
yeah,
like a Peyton Manning.
right, where
Yeah,
we in five, in whatever 30 years, we're gonna be like, dude, Lamar was insane. Like
yeah.
he's gonna be one of those guys that's like everywhere. Like everyone's gonna be talking about him. Like he's
Fuck
gonna
it,
be a
trade
goat.
up for Travis
So it's
Hunter.
like he will be a goat,
Yeah.
but he's not gonna be the goat. You know what I'm saying? Will be a goat
Low
though.
key, Ravens try and get Tyreek Hill. Oh my
Should, bro. I
god.
mean, bro, that'd be nasty. Something,
That
bro.
would be
You
disgusting.
finally give him a you
Bro.
finally give him an actual wide receiver one, but the Ravens won't do it.
And you know they love to throw that
Ravens
deep ball
allergic.
too?
They allergic to getting the wide receiver one though.
Yeah, they
They
are.
allergic to it. So they're not gonna do it.
Yeah.
They're gonna sign some old they're probably gonna sign like Cooper Cup
They're
and
gonna
be like,
bring
here's your
Steve
wide
Smith
receiver
back.
one.
Steve
Yeah.
Smith back.
It's like, bro, we're getting 35-year-old Cooper Cup, really? We don't get T. Higgins or nothing? Like, dude, they're allergic to it. Allergic. Um but
Yeah.
switching over to basketball. Let's talk about some hoops.
Yeah.
I want to talk about that Rockets Lakers game and just the Lakers in general.
Yeah.
Well, like both teams in general. Rockets look good, man. They still look good.
Yeah.
Hey, I'm in love with this season.
Yeah, y'all's defense is insane.
I'm in love with this season. This is way more than I expected. And I know I keep saying that, but it's just like it's true. Like I mean, like I wanted us to be competitive, but I didn't think we were gonna be top four in the West. Like, what I'm saying, top power ranking team. Like, you know what I mean? I was like, okay, maybe we sneak in, play in team, whatever. But it's like they look like they're gonna get a top five seed. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? And they're playing really good, bro. Like, and then I love like Jalen Green's on a heater right now,
Yeah.
bro. He's on a heater. He hit 7 threes today.
Yeah.
Like what, bro? And
I
then
think he's
like
had over 20 in like the last like 7 games or
yeah,
something.
like dude, he's on like it's
Yeah.
that time of the year.
Yeah.
And this is what I keep telling niggas, man. They keep trying to sleep on Green because he's a little rusty, like or whatever, or like
He's slumpy. He's
right.
slumpy.
He gets in a little slump a little bit, but
Yeah.
then it's like, and like when he gets in a slump, it's like people like literally erase from their minds like what this dude can do, and then next thing you know, as soon as he gets back on the horse, then everyone's like,
Oh my God, Jalen
it's like,
Green.
no, dude,
Yeah.
he has this all the time. Like, dude, like, yeah, sometimes he's just a little cold or whatever, but it's like, dude, this, no, bro, he's nasty.
Yeah.
Trade him. This guy, dude, no, bro, no. Trading him, no,
Yeah.
no. This dude has to be like, this dude is a game changer, bro. When Jalen Green's hot, he's
Bro,
hot,
he was
bro.
cooking the Lakers in that first
Dude,
quarter.
cooking like they couldn't
Yeah.
do anything,
Yeah.
and it's like
We
he's
put like every defender on him and couldn't do anything.
y'all were switching this
Yeah.
that. There's nothing, and then it's like you can't give him space.
Yeah.
If you play him back because you're like he's gonna drive, he's gonna just wet a three in your mouth. Then if you play him up, he's too explosive. He's gonna get right past you, yam it on your face. He's good in fast break. He's good at steals. He's been playing really good defensively. He's been
Yeah.
getting blocks and shit. It's like, but we're like, oh, I don't know about Jalen Green. Let's trade.
And he's tall and lanky too.
Right.
Like he's kind of got that same build as LaMelo. I don't think he's as tall, but
I think he might be a little shorter, but like,
yeah.
yeah. But even still, it's like, and then it's like crazy handles, crazy like
Just a crazy bag.
crazy playmaking.
Yeah.
He gets assists. It's like what we're thinking about for what?
Yeah.
For who? No one has this kind of potential, bro. Like he has through the roof potential, man. This dude's different. I would never trade this guy.
Yeah, he's
Not
so
right
good.
now. Not right now. And he's on a heater. But I think the Lakers were just playing bad defense. Defensively was terrible.
Yeah.
Like I watched it back. Way too much space, man. Like
That's the
way
problem.
too much
Yeah.
space. I mean, it's like Jalen Green was hitting on three, and it's like at no point in the game did they decide like, I get he could probably blow past you,
We
but
don't cover the 3-point line.
but they just weren't
Yeah.
guarding it.
We don't. We never do.
Everyone is standing by the free throw line, and then they're like,
Or
Jalen Green
they
hits a
jump
three.
way too early. Like they jump on every pump fake, and then they play back if they're not
Right.
going to jump.
Or like Jalen Green's playing behind the arc and he's like dribbling it, and they're still standing behind the arc,
Yeah.
like and they're like at the elbow, and you're like, what are you doing? Like, why are you giving him so much space?
Yeah.
They gave him so much space. Everyone had so much space. The rebounding was bad. Like there was that one play where like I think like Amen missed the free throw or something like that, and then like nobody went up and got the ball. He just ran right up the middle, caught the ball, and then like dunked it. And LeBron's standing there like, bro, is nobody gonna try to box out and
Yeah.
get the rebound on this free throw?
It's
No
exactly the things I've
rebounding.
been saying, bro. It's the
It's
same
so
thing.
bad. Like, dude, that is so bad
Yeah.
to me, bro. No rebounding. Defense is terrible. They're not switching.
It literally just depends on AD to do all defense and all rebounding. If
Right.
if he doesn't do that, then the game's over,
Right. And
essentially.
it's like, again, that's when it came to my last thing where I was like, how are y'all gonna make a deep run if like that's what we're doing? It's
Yeah.
only two players that are doing anything.
And we
That's it.
don't need to depend on just those two players. Like we have other players, but we just ram our head against the wall and say, okay, it has to be LeBron and AD. It has to be them. Like nobody else do anything else. I just want them to have every single shot, the ball in their hands the whole game. They guard everybody. Like, can we figure something out, please? Can
Because
we play defense? Can we rebound? That's really about it.
it was like, how are you gonna go against teams like the Rockets that just they can beat you in so many different
Yeah.
ways. Van Vliet can get cooking, even though he's mid, but it's like whatever. Like he can still hit shots. Then you got Amin Thompson, who's like, bro, he dominated y'all down
Yeah.
low. Like Amin, he's not even a big for real, bro.
Yeah.
He's like he was dominating. He had what,
Mm-hmm.
like 20 and like 11. Like
Yeah.
what?
Offensive rebounds out the ass.
Dude, offensive rebounds. He's dunking everywhere. Like he's going coast to coast. Y'all are bad on fast breaks. It's like you literally can't just be like, we're just gonna if eight like AD X Braun and then like if that doesn't like, bro, that's not gonna work against OKC.
It's literally an effort thing, right?
Yes,
It's just
because the
effort.
effort's bad,
Yeah.
but it's like still you're not gonna beat OKC. They have so many players. You're not gonna beat Rockets. You're not gonna beat these teams that have multiple ways to beat you. Oh, you take away Jalen Green. Okay, we're gonna beat you down low with Şengün. No, you took that away. Okay, we're gonna run with the men and Van Vliet. Oh,
Yeah.
you took that away. It's like there's no way. And with that effort, what I saw right there, that ain't gonna work.
No.
That ain't gonna work, bro. That was bad. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
We
That
lost
was
by like
bad.
we lost by like 20 tonight, I think.
Really?
Yeah.
Who'd y'all play tonight?
The Timberwolves, I think.
No, Timberwolves played New Orleans.
Who was it?
I don't know. I think I did. I know it was Dallas.
Dallas. That's
It
what it
was
was.
Dallas.
With no Luka and no Kyrie.
Y'all lost,
Yeah.
bro.
And not like close.
Bro, I'm not impressed at
Yeah.
all. I think this team. I think they kind of suck. Like they don't suck in like a Washington Wizards kind of
Yeah,
way,
like they're not ass,
right? But it's like
but they're not
they
doing what they
suck
should be
in a way
doing.
where it's like this team should not be losing to these
Yeah, like
kind
the
of
Nuggets. Like the
teams.
Nuggets suck right now.
Right. And like the Wolves kind of sucked for a little bit,
Yeah.
but like they're kind of starting to get back in their bag. But it's like, dude, that ain't gonna work, bro.
Or the Bucks. The Bucks
Right.
fucking they're
It's
trash.
like,
But they're not trash, but they're
right.
trash.
It's like,
Yeah.
let's figure something out, man. I mean, I don't know what's going on. Like, are we gonna figure out that we need to spread the ball, more people need to get involved, and then it's like you
Reeves has
said,
been balling though. Reeves has been cooking.
right? He's been doing good. And then Rui's he made some plays against the Rockets and stuff like
Yeah.
that. But like overall, I just don't think it's enough from the other guys, man. And then like you said, the effort is bad. Like AD doesn't go up for the ball, so no one else does. No one else is gonna try
Right.
to jump for the board. Like we're
Right.
just gonna have one guy. It's like it's just not gonna get it done, bro. And then like I said, bad on fast breaks. Defensively is not aggressive enough.
Yeah.
Wait, I mean, in this day and age, you're giving shooters like Green this much room
Yeah.
to work. Like they're not even like in his face, like hand in his face. Like they're standing back with their hands on their hips.
Mm.
And like Jalen Green's like, okay, easy food, boom, green light,
Yeah.
green light. Like you're not even up close. You're not in his face. You're giving him 4 feet of room.
Yeah.
And then what do you think's gonna happen? You think he's gonna miss? You're just praying that he misses. He's gonna miss it. No, he's not. He just hit 5 in a row. Let's play up a little bit. Like, oh my god. Then there was that one play where you got Jalen Green kind of got boxed in the corner, and then
Yeah.
he just throws it up to Amen and for the alley oop or whatever, and nobody else jumped up to get the ball. Like he literally just throws
Yeah.
it up, and Amen's like the only one that jumps up and dunks it. It's like no one else saw this.
And it's always like
Who's watching?
if somebody does put forth the effort to make a play, it's one person doing it, and then they'll like bat the ball, and then it's just laying there on the court, and the other team goes and gets it because nobody else is even trying to, you know. And
That's bad.
it's usually like Rui or Reeves. They'll like go after it and try and make a play, and nobody else is fucking paying attention. Like LeBron's on the other side of the court, AD's having a battle down low with 3 people, and then nobody else is paying attention.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it just has to get fixed, or
yeah,
you're just not going to be able to make a run. Especially when you have to play a team, you have to best of four
yeah,
or best of seven.
yeah.
Like, dude, you have to beat a Rockets team 4 times. Like, you have to beat OKC 4 times, bro. It's like, dude, they like people want the Lakers matchup right now the way y'all are playing. But I will shout out Amen Thompson. He's been playing really good as of late.
Yeah,
Amen's been playing really, dude. He's a freak, bro.
yeah.
He's like, I don't even know what
Chris
kind of,
Bosh.
yeah, like something. I don't know what kind of build that is, but like, dude, he's like lanky, but he's like explosive, bro. He's
Yeah,
so explosive, and it's like he's not really like a shooter guy, but it's like, dude, he makes so many plays,
yeah.
bro. And then he's so fast on the fast breaks. He can play down low. He makes like so many
Like
plays, like
Mikal Bridges in a way.
right. And then he's like jumping out the gym. He's
Yeah,
like outboarding, like, dude. I was saying I think that he fits this starting lineup way better than Jabari Smith Jr. does, in my
100%.
opinion. Jabari Smith Jr. way too slow.
And he's
He
mid.
he wants to camp at the three. He's
Yeah,
mid. He's not as explosive. He's not as good on defense. Then you have someone like Allman who's like basically can do
like
everything
hungry.
right. Can do everything Jabari can do except for maybe shoot a three ball as well. And it's not like Jabari's like all world 3 point shooter. He's hitting like 2 a game, bro. Like, congrats. Like, okay,
Yeah,
you're going 2 of 5. It's not like he's some like generational 3 point shooter.
yeah.
But it's like, why would you like, you know what I'm saying? You have this guy who like hustles and it's just like fits how this team wants to. They want to play fast. They want to, you know what I'm saying? It's like, I think I think Jabari Smith Jr. breaking his hand probably just did him way more worse than he actually thinks. So the team is like, wow, this is what our starting lineup can look like. And then you go back to Jabari and it's like slow. Nah, bro. I think Amen has to stay in the lineup. How he's playing, he has to stay in the lineup. The lineup has to be Green, Amen, Shengun, Vliet, and Brooks. That
Yeah.
has to be the 5 to start. And then
Yeah,
Steven Adams been playing good. Damn, that nigga was dunking on y'all. I'm like, Steven Adams?
well, he's a
Like,
he's a
damn.
great offensive rebounder, and
He is, but
that's like
like,
our biggest weakness. So
but
yeah,
dude, there was one where like someone missed a three. I think it was like Vliet. He
yeah,
like bricked it. Nobody went for the board, and this dude Adams just like runs in from like the free throw line,
yeah,
catches it and like yams. But nobody else went for the ball. It was like Van Vliet missed it, and he was wide open. And then it bounces off, and like anybody could have got the board, but like nobody was around. So Steven Adams was just like, okay, like I'll make a highlight right now. Like it was just like it's
yeah. I
ridiculous,
was trying
bro.
to take his points and rebounds on my parlay, but didn't show his stats on there. I was like, bro, like he's gonna play and he's
Right.
gonna cook. Let me put this,
Yeah.
please.
So he's been playing good as of late. Like, yeah, I
Yeah.
like the Rockets, man. I like the Rockets right now. I love this team. Lakers trending down. Not looking good. Not looking good for the Lakers.
Well, we have
They need to lock
crazy
in,
amount of home games coming up, so
which is good,
it's
but
like eight
still
of
need to lock
nine
in.
of our next games.
Yeah, still need to lock in though.
Yeah.
They do play better at home, but they got to lock in. Um,
I want to see Milton actually fucking play like
yeah,
decent. Like he's kind of fallen into that Gabe Vincent role where he isn't doing shit,
like just running
just out there
around,
playing defense.
cardio.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's how most of our team is though. Is
yeah,
like
just cardio merchants, bro.
you just have everybody out there playing defense, but not actually playing defense.
Dude, when you watch the highlights of the game, like no one else touches it.
Yeah,
It's like 80 Braun.
that's what I'm
And then
saying,
like
bro.
every now and then you get like a Rui 3, every now and then you get like a Reeves 3. But
Or crashing the
it's not
basket.
like
Yeah,
they're handling it though. It's like they just get like a swing out or something like that and they're just open and cash it. But it's not like they're like running a play
yeah.
with Reeves, like, you know what I'm saying,
The
or
Reeves
running
offense looks
a
so
play with
good
them.
too. Like when we have him run the offense and like set up the screens and make the extra passes and stuff, like it looks so much better having Reeves do that than having LeBron or AD do it. Because you don't want your big running the offense. You want to run it through him,
Right.
but not have him running it.
Right. It's like
And
Shingun.
Yeah, exactly. But LeBron throws too many turnovers, man.
Right.
He has so many lazy passes where it's like I think there was a few during the Rockets game where it's like
Dude, no,
just
that
tossing it to him like on the side when he's clearly being pressed.
right. That reminds me, like at the end of the game,
Mm-hmm.
when they did that inbound pass and then Van Vliet just intercepted it.
Yeah,
But it's like, why would you even throw that pass, bro?
exactly.
It wasn't even open.
That's what I'm
And the
saying.
game was like
Yeah.
kind of close right there too. Like
And it
maybe you
happens
inbound it
all
and
the
make a
fucking
play.
time. Every time, like that game we lost in overtime to the Hawks.
Right.
Same shit. We shouldn't have even been in overtime, but he just threw a lazy fucking pass to AD,
Right.
and it gets taken. They tie the game up because Trae Young hit the
Yeah.
thing.
And it's like it was a close game. And then you throw that interception, the fucking Van Vliet. And then obviously he gets fouls, then he gets free throws. So now he just got free points off of what should have been y'all's possession.
Yeah.
Then y'all go down, and I think Braun hit a three, but like somebody fouled or something like that at the end.
Yeah.
It was just like, bro, just dog shit at the end.
Yeah.
Dog shit management, dog shit fucking player. Like, what are we bonehead? Like, just
Yeah.
bonehead, bro. It's like, did you really just throw that pass when Van Vliet's standing right in front of him?
Yeah.
Like, did you think what you thought it was gonna like go through his body or something? Like, I mean, like what? Like, I was so confused. I was like, bro, that is the craziest sell of all time, bro. It's just so bad, man.
And we do
So
have to
bad.
do a quick memorial for my king D'Lo.
Oh yeah, rest in peace.
One of my
Not
favorite
actually.
Lakers, top five favorite Laker for me. I know everybody hates on you. I know that everybody's gonna hate on me for loving D'Lo, but he's just swaggy, man. It's like Nick Young, also one of my top five favorite Lakers. Like they just have some kind of aura about them. I know they hate each other. They're supposed to be polar opposites, but they're literally the same player. Like they just go out there and ball for like 20 games out of the year, and it's the greatest basketball you've ever seen.
Yeah,
And then
I'll
they
give you
go
a good
back to being
25.
mid.
There's going to be a good 25 games out of the season
But it's
where,
the cleanest 25
yeah,
games you've ever seen too, where they're just out there dropping like 35 off of just cash.
right, yeah, like
Yeah,
a lot of those D'Lo games last year were so hype when he
he
was
just
hitting like
pulls up and
right where he was
ding
hitting like
ding
five
ding.
threes, and he is swaggy, like he's a cool dude. So it's
Yeah,
like, yeah, I mean that,
but his dribble style too is it's
right,
so clean.
yeah,
It's like Jamal Crawford in a way, which also one of my favorite players all time.
yeah,
But he dribbles just like him, where he's
yeah,
like doing those real low wide crossovers and then like doing some weird behind the back pass to somebody in the corner, and it's just so fun to watch.
yeah.
I'm gonna miss it.
He's definitely a fun player. He's a frustrating player, but he's
Yeah,
fun when
that's
he's
why he's
hitting.
meant for the Lakers, but we
Yeah,
gave up on him again.
and I mean, it's not like it made you any better. You might as well have
Yeah,
just stuck with him, I
Finney's been
guess.
all right though.
Who?
Finney Smith.
Yeah, but
I wasn't like, why did we get Milton and Finney Smith?
yeah, I don't know.
And we gave up
It's
like three
overrated.
second round picks. Like,
Yeah, I don't know. Just bad management. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going on
it's
over
that
there.
Lakers tax.
So, yeah, some needs to get fixed over there. It's going downhill.
Yeah,
Zion came back today.
yeah.
Zion, man.
You're king.
Zion, he's king, bro. Dude, Zion. I be trying to tell people, man. People love because he's easy to make jokes on, right?
Yeah,
You know, he's overweight. You know what I'm saying? Cupcake, whatever. You know what I'm saying? Whatever. And then like like he's horny or whatever. You know what I mean? All this stuff. Like it's easy to like joke on him, but like everybody knows if you watch NBA and like just watch like him, you just know that when this dude is on the court, he is the most dominant nigga like
yeah.
on the fucking
Unstoppable,
court, bro. Like
unstoppable.
I mean, it's not like, bro. His first game back from a hamstring that kept him out for like basically 2 months. He did a 360 windmill dunk off a steal.
Yeah, off a
It's
fast
like
break.
it's like this dude is still a freak, bro, and he looks good, bro. Like he looks in shape. I don't know why we have to go through this carousel every year of like he kind of shows up a little bit out of shape. I don't know what he does in the offseason. Like he kind of needs to lock in, and obviously the injuries like need to stop. He has a lot of soft tissue injuries, and it sucks because it takes him out for a long time.
Yeah,
But I'm telling you, when this dude plays, this dude is insane. First game back, what do you have? Like I think he had 18, 5 boards, a bunch like 3 assists or whatever. And then I think he had like one or two blocks, 3 steals. Like, and the
yeah,
Pelicans are instantly competitive. Like
yeah,
I'm not saying they're gonna like compete actually, but it's like they were going toe to toe with the Wolves. Where if Zion's not on the court, the Wolves are probably up like 70-40 at half, and this game's a sleeper.
yeah,
But instantly Zion comes back. Instantly, they're like in like I looked in the third quarter. It's like 86-85. Like you know what I'm saying? I'm like,
yeah,
yo, like Zion literally changes the whole
yeah.
dynamic.
He's the heart of the team.
He's nasty. He's nasty on defense, unstoppable on offense, makes crazy plays. I think his first bucket was like they got the rebound and they threw him an alley oop from like half court or whatever like that, and he went up and I swear to God, it was like the first basket.
Yeah, him and Dejounte is gonna be so
Yeah,
dirty.
first basket. It was like they got the rebound. Zion was already like screaming down the court. They threw it to him up, and he just for the first basket. It's like
Yeah,
he just is disgusting, and you just can't. I know everybody. You just give up on. No, you can't give up on somebody like that.
yeah,
I don't care if New Orleans trades him or like whatever, But to be like, oh, he's done or something like, no, he's
Nah.
not done. Like once he locks in just a little bit more with his like eating and whatever he does and his like, you know, fitness and just like his health and stuff like that, just for like injuries and things like that. Once he gets that under control, when he's on the court, this dude is a different animal, bro. Like he's
Mm.
a top player. Like he looks on the court better than a lot of players. He looks better
Pretty
than a
much every
lot
player.
of players.
Pretty much every player.
And when he's in his bag,
Yeah.
and then like what he was like hitting threes and shit, like not this game, but like he was
Yeah.
starting to like kind of take more shots and like do. And then we always say that if Zion develops a mid range,
Yeah. The league's cooked.
it's like this dude is the most dominant player.
They're gonna
He's the
be
most
the
dominant
most
player.
they're gonna be the most exciting 30-win team this year.
Exactly. It's like now that he's back, like watch this kind of stuff that he's gonna do. I mean, first game back, he's already had multiple highlight dunks, blocks, steals, and he almost had 20. And like he probably could have had more boards, but it's like, bro, he probably wasn't even playing that
Probably
much.
load managing.
Right. So
Yeah.
it's like first game back, he's already doing this. Just wait like a week from now when he's actually playing full, bro. He's gonna be going back to his usual. And what's his usual? 28 plus,
7 and 7.
eight boards, 8 assists, 2 blocks, 2 steals. I mean, like Jesus Christ. I mean, how much more does this dude has to do?
Yeah.
As long as he stays healthy, he's insane. As long as he stays healthy and manages his fucking weight, like, dude,
It's
he's
literally the
fine.
whole Pelicans team now.
Right. And it's like the Pelicans just have dog shit fucking training staff that doesn't
Yeah.
know how to keep anybody healthy.
The whole city of
It's
New
clear.
Orleans. Yeah.
It's clear. Like the first fucking week of the basketball season, 8 niggas got hurt on the fucking
Yeah.
team. DeJounte, fucking Ingram, Jose Alvarado, Trey Murphy,
Herb Jones.
Herb Jones, Zion. The whole starting lineup gets
Yeah.
hurt after 1 week, and y'all really think that this is like yeah, a little bit of it is on Zion, obviously, because he has to like really. I think he needs to really put it in his mind like to go to the next level when it comes to just like
He has to be
his
available.
fitness
Yeah.
and like being there and like really taking those next steps in the offseason to really like lock in. But also, this fucking medical team is absolute complete garbage. Like, I
Yeah.
don't even think they be like really making them stretch and do certain stuff because there's no way every single person is getting soft tissue injuries
Yeah.
and stuff like
No way
that on this
everybody's
team.
hammies getting hurt.
Right. It's like then you're not doing something right on the training. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, but
Or they're just lifting heavy weights and
right,
it's getting pulled from that. Like
right,
doing squats bad, you know what I
hmm
mean? Like bad form, or just doing too much weight, like
right.
everybody's trying to max.
Or just not doing proper warm ups
Yeah.
and stuff like that, and just like,
Yeah.
no, y'all can just come right from the car and just like hoop. It's like, no, you have to like
You know,
get
Bi's
ready.
high ass definitely
Right,
just rolls up like off of two woods and
right.
out there in the gym shooting.
Yeah, him for sure. So,
Hawkins too, low key. Hawkins
Hawkins.
definitely be in the cut smoking with Bi every
He's
game.
like the low key guy though. Like
Yeah.
he's not gonna like he's not really like
He's like the quiet stuff.
he's not gonna like buy himself or whatever, but he'll pull up and like take like a couple pulls and then like dip. Like you know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? Like just let me get like 2 hits, bro. Like just 2 hits. Like you know what I'm saying? I'm
Yeah.
gonna slide out. Like you know what I'm saying? Type shit. So it's like, yeah, like if Zion locks in, he's like literally a top, I don't know, a top 15 in my opinion.
Yeah.
Especially if you're talking about guys that are under like 25. What?
Oh yeah, easily.
Like
It's like him and Shea
right, and it's like
and Wimby, I guess. Yeah.
yeah, and like Green and like guys like that. It's
I
like
mean, Zion's a lot
bro,
better than
exactly.
Jalen.
And then it's like we've seen Zion go against Wimby.
Yeah.
Wimby couldn't do anything against this
nothing.
nigga, bro. Because that's the thing about him. It's like if you put an actual big on him, he's too fucking explosive and too quick on his first step. He's gonna go right past that. If you put someone smaller on him, like, oh, we'll put like a
He's just
forward,
gonna body
too
you.
strong, right to the hole every time. Like it's just there's no way to contain. And then even if like you do, he's still so good on fast breaks and on steals that you're never gonna just like box him up.
And he's surrounded by shooters.
Right. So it's like, yeah, okay, put Wimby on him because he's tall. Yeah, but he also weighs like a feather. So it's like Zion's just gonna run right through him like fucking lunch meat and then fucking just dunk the ball every fucking time.
Mm.
Then it's like, okay, oh, we're gonna switch up. We're gonna put like Castle on him. And it's like, okay, so like, bro, what? Like, you'll just stiff arm that dude in the mouth and just like go to the hole. Like, I mean, dude, I've so many times I've just seen so many games that dude just straight dominate, man. Like Zion's a bucket, bro. Zion's a bucket. Um, Yeah, man. I mean, like, what else we got to talk about?
Soccer's been doing pretty good recently. I think Champions League games are coming up again in the next couple weeks, but United just tied with Liverpool. Liverpool's number one in Premier League. United's like 10th. So big tie. Could have won the game. Should have won the game, but we'll take it.
Did you see um fucking Tiger Woods' son?
Yeah, bro. The
Bro,
Eagle.
yeah. Dude, he actually might be nasty. Like he's
Yeah,
gonna be nasty.
yeah.
Like
He's been tearing up in tournaments and shit too.
yeah. And then he had that hole in one.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah,
dude, Charlie Woods is gonna be that guy.
yeah.
I mean, obviously you had the best guy
With the
of
best
all time
resources.
and
Yeah,
the best resources to like train. Like, bro, you seen this dude Tiger Woods' house? He has like a driving range in the
yeah.
back. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's like
This kid's genetically engineered to
right,
be the best
genetically.
golfer.
And even if he wasn't, like Tiger Woods is just gonna just like
Yeah,
I feel like Tiger Woods can pretty much teach anybody how to like be decent. Like you're not gonna be Charlie Woods, but I feel like anybody that's like has any type of coordination, you're not just
yeah.
like some bum. He could just
He
like
can
get
make you top 1,000 in the
right.
world.
He could get you good enough if you locked in with Tiger Woods. Like, hey, I'm gonna lock in with you for like a summer, like 4 months or
Yeah,
whatever, bro. He'll get you in a tournament and you'll play good.
yeah.
Like
You'll beat all of your friends
yeah.
forever.
So it's like the fact that this is his son, and probably since like the beginning, he's just been having like all types of just like training,
Yeah,
best staff, Nike, like the fucking driving range in your backyard. Like, bro,
yeah,
this dude is engine. And then it's like, dude, he's already hitting hole in ones and shit. He's like fucking what, 14, 12 or some
yeah,
shit. Like, dude, nah, this dude's gonna be a fucking phenom, bro. He's gonna be a phenom, bro. He's gonna be killing niggas, bro.
yeah.
Killing.
Definitely.
He gonna be a top golfer. I'm excited for that though, because I was a big Tiger Woods fan growing up.
Yeah, Tiger is the best.
Yeah,
He's the best.
dude, he was legendary.
Yeah,
And
it's
it's
like
like
him, Tom Brady, LeBron, Jordan.
right. It's like
Yeah,
he was a legend. And then like Serena.
yeah.
Yeah. Cause like
Or
Serena
Ronaldo.
was a goat. Ronaldo, Messi. Uh
Yeah.
but yeah, I mean like I remember like I would go to like my grandparents' house, like when Tiger Woods was like playing like PGA Tour or
Hmm.
whatever, and like that would be on every TV was like golf.
Yeah.
Like and every TV had Tiger Woods, and they would be getting hype. Especially like when it would get towards the end or whatever, and he would make like a big shot or something like that.
Yeah.
Tiger Woods, like you would just hear the whole house erupt, bro. Like, dude, the streets loved Tiger,
Yeah,
bro.
of course.
Tiger was that guy, and
Of
then he
course.
had like his own brand and shit. Like I remember he came out with like the hats with like the TW on it and stuff
Yeah.
like that. My dad got me one or whatever like that. Like, dude, Tiger was
He had his
him.
own game, bro. He made golf a game.
He made golf. He made like people want to tune in.
Yeah.
Like, cause like before it was like okay, like people were watching because there was like goats before then, like you know what I'm saying, like Arm Palmer or whatever. But it's
Yeah.
like he made it like new, like event, like swaggy, like you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying, where it was
He
like
was fucking on bad models and
right, and like you know what I'm saying, like yeah, he was basically like a NFL style like golfer, where it
yeah.
was like he's
Or
insane.
baseball.
Yeah, he's like insane on the golf course, but then he's like going to the club. He's popular, like you know what I'm saying. He
Mm.
has the money. He has like crazy house, shit like that. It's like, bro, he
Yeah.
was like the first like real, just like
Like
I'm a
superstar.
baller,
Yeah.
superstar. Like I can do whatever the fuck I want. And then like I'll pull up to this golf shit and just absolutely kill you, bro. Just kill
Yeah,
you on
just
this
crank
golf
the
shit.
shit.
Like you're not even coming close. You might as well not even fucking show up. I'm just gonna show up and just every ball is on the money, like no, bro. This nigga never hit a bad shot. Like this nigga
Yeah.
was, dude. He was like a golf robot, bro. Like this nigga was insane,
Yeah, his
bro.
control was insane.
Yeah, and Charlie Wood's about to be next. He might not be that level, but he's gonna be good.
He could be
He's gonna be.
better.
He might. He
Yeah,
might. He's gonna be really good.
he
He's gonna be
is gonna be good.
really, really good. So I'm excited to see it. But I remember I saw it because I was at the bar. I think like you had like just left or whatever to go home, but I went to the bar and then like I remember like they were showing the Charlie Wood shit and like when he synced that, I was just like,
Tiger missed it too.
yeah. I was like, whoa, like
Yeah.
he's hitting hole in ones like that, and like these are like real courses too. This ain't
Yeah,
like
no,
the
that's not in the middle of the
yeah,
mall.
this ain't no middle, like you know what I'm saying, middle of Louisiana, some regular old course.
This
Like
ain't no
oh,
putt putt.
yeah, like this is real shit. You know what I'm saying? This nigga really hitting it like that. Yeah, it's over. Then once he gets older, he gets like grown man strength and shit like that.
Yeah.
Dude, he's gonna be like
Yeah,
top
driving
golfer.
crazy.
Yeah, he's gonna be PGA Tour. He's gonna be
Yeah.
at you know what I'm saying, whatever the Masters, like all this shit. He's gonna be
But
killing
yeah.
shit. Like it's
Mm.
gonna be over. Um,
He'll probably be in the Masters and all that in like next. 5 years or less, right?
Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if there's like an age limit
I don't think so. Not
because I think yeah,
Tiger's the youngest though, huh? The
I
youngest to
think
win it.
I think so. There's been some young guys that have like
He won it in his 20s though, I think.
yeah, because like I know you can play in them as like an amateur. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like you'll see them like it'll say it next to their name like amateur, and like there'll be some young guys or whatever. But I don't know because like Charlie Woods is like super young, so
yeah.
I think you have to be at least like
You probably have to be
17 or
like
something.
18,
Yeah, to like
right?
get in. I
Because
think. I mean, I don't know.
it could
Like
be 16, just like to legally make money.
right. Cause like you know what I'm saying, cause like right now he's kind of like doing like the through his dad thing, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying. I think like he can make some own coin like on his own, but like
Bitcoin.
I think to be like in there, I think you probably have to be like a certain age, you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying. So he probably has like 3 more years or something like that, so he can like really get in. But like once he gets in, it's fucked.
yeah.
Like
League is cooked.
I'm betting on him out the gate
Yeah.
for his first tournament. Like the odds are probably gonna be pretty good too, like because they're gonna be like, oh, Charlie Rose first tournament,
Plus
I'm
800.
cash. I'll put. I don't know. I'm putting 100 on it. I'm putting 100 on that plus 800. I'm walking home. Yeah. What for? Even if it was like for him to get like top three, yeah,
Yeah,
bro. Like I'm putting that.
yeah,
I'm smashing that line, bro. Smashing that.
yeah,
But yeah, guys. That's pretty much all we got to say. You know what I'm saying? A lot went down when we were gone, but you know, it's looking good to start the new year. A lot of sports coming down to the wire,
yeah.
especially in football,
Yeah,
basketball's
locked in
getting
for the playoffs.
basketball's getting to the heat of it. You know what I mean? So it's gonna be good. Obviously, we're gonna have our reactions and stuff like that to the game next week. So we're just hoping for a good week of football and all that kind of stuff. But yeah, like I said, we're gonna have like I said, a lot more to yap about. 2025 is going to be a big year. We got a lot of stuff coming, a lot of stuff in the tank. And like I said, we're steadily improving. Hopefully, it sounds better now with the new mics. You know, we're excited about that. So, like I said, we're gonna keep going up. We're gonna keep doing the thing, but it's all because of y'all. It's all because of support. But we generally do love doing this. Like that's why we
Yeah,
do it because you know
it's just fun.
it's fun.
Yeah,
You know, even at the end of the day, like we'll set it up whenever and hit the record and you know try to talk our shit for the guys
yeah,
and yeah, we appreciate y'all coming along for the ride. So you know, continue to like, continue to follow, continue to share to your friends, to your girl, to your homeboys, to the frat party. You know, watch us on YouTube. Follow us on TikTok. Follow us on Instagram. Dobros. All the links will be everywhere. And yeah, man, we appreciate y'all guys. And this for a big 2025. Appreciate
yeah.
y'all. Shout out.